Chapter 299. Fong Ping was slightly regretful that he did not have any spatial equipment. Sometimes it was difficult to bring back some large items. For example, he had killed many martial artists last time and had no choice but to discard all his weapons. Fortunately, he found 2 in the end, or he would have cried to death. Fong Ping did not continue to dwell on this. He thought for a while. If he went to the catacombs next, he did not know how long it would take. His cultivation couldn't be delayed any longer. Give me 10 bodybuilding pills, 11 pills, and viscer shielding pills. Why do you need so many? Are you ready to hone your heart? Old Manly was slightly surprised. 4 middle-ranked cultivation. These 3 pills were the most popular. The body-forging pill and the 11 pills were used to temper the internal organs. Of course, the body-forging pill was mainly used to temper the body. The 11 pills were for the 5 viscera and 6 bowels, and the viscera shielding pill was to prevent the internal organs from being injured. The body-forging pill and the 11 pills were both categorized as Tier 5 pills. In fact, they could be treated as a special kind of pill without being categorized. Rank 4 and Rank 5 martial artists needed the assistance of pills to hone their internal organs. When they reached Rank 6, they did not need the assistance of pills. Sealing the Sanjiao Gate was not something that could be helped by medicinal pills. Yes, I'll have to buy them sooner or later. Fong Ping said awkwardly, Instructor, can I buy them on credit first? I don't have any credits. Do not ask him why he did not use money. Fong Ping always felt that he was losing out. Now that the difficulty of obtaining credits had decreased, Fong Ping felt that spending money to buy things now was a huge loss. In reality, 1 credit still needed 30,000 in cash. There was no difference. The system did not give Fong Ping a chance to cheat when he entered the middle ranks and honed his vital organs. Although wealth could replenish vitality and speed up cultivation, the effect of vitality honing the vital organs was not as obvious. Instead, these targeted pills had a more obvious effect. Coupled with his unlimited vitality, if he really started honing his vital organs, the speed would be extremely fast. Old Manly glanced at him, chuckled, and did not reply. Fong Ping sighed. Spending money was the same, but why did he feel like he was losing out? Resurrection pills are 200 credits each. Bodybuilding pills are 200 credits each. 11 pills are 200 credits each. Rank for viscera shielding pills are 150 credits each, 7,500 credits. Are you sure you want to buy so many? Old Manly reported the bill directly. 10 pills of each kind. They were all middle-grade pills. The resurrection pills were the kind with no grade. Even peak rank 5 martial artists who came to buy medicinal pills did not buy them one by one like Fong Ping. So many medicinal pills. If your cultivation goes smoothly, it will be enough for you to break through to rank 5. You don't have to buy so many resurrection pills. Actually, you don't have to buy the viscer shielding pill. You are as strong as a monster. Why would you need the viscera shielding pill? My internal organs aren't strong enough. No matter how strong your internal organs are, you're already half a golden body. Why the F***CK? Are you still cultivating? Old Manly cursed. This kid was really unsatisfied. Fong Ping pursed his lips. 7,500 credits. You could just kill me. I've spent more than 200 million. I want 5 resurrection pills. I don't want the body-forging pills. Old Manly was dumbfounded. This kid wants the viscera shielding pill instead of the bodybuilding pill. How King scared to death is he? 4,500 credits, 135 million in cash. Fong Ping sighed softly and grumbled. Didn't the school lower their prices? Why is it still so expensive? That's referring to credits, not cash. Credits were earned by students. They could not be generated out of thin air. However, when it came to money, some students relied directly on their families. Moreover, they had to prevent people like Fong Ping from reselling pills. Now that MCMU had not obtained external management rights, They gave the students a chance in credits. They would not give them cash. Is there a discount? 130 million. I'm the president of the Martial Arts Society. I've bled for MCMAU. I've fought for MCMU's benefits. I've also— Shut up. If you're not buying, get lost. Fong Ping cursed in his heart. Old man, Li was not cute at all now. He was not like before when he could bargain and still give him a discount. After leaving the logistics department, Fong Ping had a large pile of rank 4 and 5 pills on him. In total, he had 6 resurrection pills, 10 viscera shielding pills, and 11 pills. He was left with 45 million in cash. I should buy a house in Magic City. If the situation in Nanjiang is bad, I should ask my parents to move here. Fong Ping pondered for a moment. He did not want to invest his money in the company now. As for the company, he could just get a loan. His own money should be spent first. Every time a martial artist went to the catacombs, no matter what they did, they had to treat it as the last time. Before entering the catacombs, everything that needed to be arranged must be arranged. Even grandmasters had to be prepared for this. That afternoon, South Contribution District, Bay Gardens. This was one of the most famous big villa districts in Magic City. It was also extremely popular. Moreover, it was not sold to non-well-known people. This place was close to the entrance of Magic City's catacombs. Therefore, the energy particles were more concentrated here than in other places. The environment was good and cultivation was fast. All of these made a standalone villa in Bay Gardens extremely difficult to find. Some of the instructors in MCMAU did not actually live on campus. Instead, they bought houses here. This place was not too far from MCMAU. It was only a 20-minute drive. The Villa District Sales Department could not even be called a sales department. Fong Ping, who was inexperienced, thought he had come to the wrong place when he walked to the sales department. It was built like a big hotel. As soon as he entered, someone invited him to take a seat. Then, tea was served. Then, a beautiful lady in business attire came over to chat with him. When the person selling the house did not talk about the house but talked about family, life, and needs, Fong Ping felt that chatting with women was really annoying. Beauty? I just want to buy a house. Fong Ping interrupted the intellectual beauty in front of him, took out his martial arts license, and said, I'm Fong Ping, MCMU's Fong Ping. Unless you're a grandmaster, I'm definitely qualified enough to buy it. Also, give me a discount. The lowest price. The house must be the best. Other than that, I don't have any other requirements. The intellectual beauty in business satire chuckled. Mr. Fong, how could we not know each other? You've been challenging powerhouses all the way up north. Your reputation has spread far and wide. I recognized you the moment you walked in. Of course, it has something to do with your little advertisements. Every day when I go online, I can hear the words, Fong Ping will teach you how to fight monsters. Naturally, the beauty in business attire hid these words in her heart. Her question was only to clarify Fong Ping's needs. Very quickly, the other party recommended a villa with a quiet environment and a courtyard. 3 stories, 6 bedrooms, 2 living rooms for bathrooms, and a floor area of 580 square meters. There was a swimming pool and basement and a small private garden. 60,000 per square meter, no bargaining. During the peak period of housing prices, this price was not expensive. However, at this moment, 60,000 per square meter was still quite expensive. Fong Ping went to take a look. There were no renovations, but the shape of the house and the location were not bad. Plus, the intellectual beauty flattered him all the way. MCMU's leader, number 1 of the younger generation, sunny and handsome. After signing the contract and paying the bill, Fong Ping realized that something was wrong. All kinds of messy taxes, plus the house payment, had actually charged him 36 million. Even so, the other party still made Fong Ping feel that he had profited. This should not have happened. He had always been the one to fool others, and now he had almost been fooled. I'll transfer another 4 million to you. Help me renovate it. It must be done well. If there's any shortfall, I'll settle the bill with you. Fong Ping did not care if the other party was willing or not. He took the initiative to pay the bill. Everyone in the real estate sales department was stunned. Were you sure 4 million would be enough to renovate it? Fong Ping did not care about them. As he swiped his card, he said, "Your chairman is also a graduate of MCMAU. He's a peak rank 6 powerhouse. If he can do well in the real estate business in Magic City, it shouldn't be a problem for him to take care of his juniors. Actually, I think it shouldn't be a problem if I don't pay. But we're all family. Fong Ping, can't do something like not paying. That's it. Spending 40 million to buy a house. Extravagant." Fong Ping complained. He did not know if he was complaining about himself or someone else. The manager beside him was also a knowledgeable person. He smiled and shook his head slightly at the others. 4 million it was, just like what Fong Ping said. Even if he really did not pay, the chairman might not say anything. Actually, many people who wanted to do well in Magic City were related to MCMAU. For this generation of MCMAU prodigies, forget about paying 40 million. Even if they did not want to, they had to pinch their noses and accept it. Coming out of the real estate sales department, Fong Ping sighed. Before this, he thought that he could not finish spending the 175 million he had. In the end, reality told him that spending money was only a matter of a day. At this moment, he still had 5 million left. But I've bought a house. Unless Magic City's catacombs are destroyed, this is the safest place to buy a house here. Walking forward for less than 5 kilometers, Magic City's military zone was located. On the ground and underground, 100,000 troops were stationed, and there were close to 10,000 martial artists. Martial arts universities like MCMAU and YesNNU were not too far away. It would only take a moment for powerhouses to reinforce them. There were also a large number of martial artists in the residential area. In terms of safety, except for the government, the military department, and martial arts universities, there was no other place in Magic City that was safer than here. I have to tell Mom and Dad that I have a house here. If the situation is urgent, I can come here. If a catacombs crisis broke out, Magic City and Capital City would be the safest places to hide. He gave his father a call and briefly told him about the house. Fong Ping did not say much. He only reminded him that if he could not live in Sun City anymore, then he could come to Magic City. Fong Mingrong did not ask much. In fact, after entering the government, Fong Mingrong had gradually understood some things. Sun City's local government was forming a local martial arts combat team. All the martial artists in the city began to receive combat techniques training and guidance, including some government personnel. Even Tan Jinping, a vitality martial artist, was now forced to join the combat techniques training class and began to receive combat techniques guidance. Commander Bai Jinshan also placed great importance on this. In the neighboring auspicious Peace City, the atmosphere was even more tense than in Sun City. The rank 4 commander personally conducted martial arts drills in the city's plaza. All the martial artists in the city had to practice every day. Those who did not attend would be severely punished. Auspicious Peace City even had signs of military control. Be careful. When Fong Ping was about to hang up, Fong Mingrong said softly. He paused and said, "Don't worry about your family. Your mother and I have lived for so many years. We won't starve to death even if we don't have this position. Money and these things are external. No matter how strong you are in martial arts, you still have to take care of your body." "Dad, don't worry." Fong Ping laughed. His reply was very relaxed. After hanging up, Fong Ping shook his head slightly. It was not about money. At the safe haven. Nowadays, there were not many martial artists practicing at the safe haven. A few days ago, some martial artists were punished so badly that they almost lost their pants. Breaking a rock could result in a fine of hundreds of thousands. Now, the instructors did not come here to cultivate. They could not stand the martial arts society people. Lu Fengru, on the other hand, had no such qualms. According to her, if he damaged the environment, the fine would be on Fong Ping. The environment here was good, and the place was spacious. It was the best place to cultivate. Maha Punch and Vajra Punch are actually of the same origin. However, Vajra Punch is an external attack, while Maha Punch is an internal attack. You've been cultivating Maha Punch for a few days. Show me a punch now. Fong Ping found a rock and looked to his left and right. Only then did he throw a punch at it from a distance away. Bang! With a crisp sound, the rock shattered. Lu Fengru shook her head slightly. It's not enough. Or, after your strength has skyrocketed, you still haven't mastered this power. When Maha Punch is truly mastered, the rock will shatter, but not like this. As she said that, Lu Fengru punched the ground. Fong Ping's eyes moved slightly. He walked to the side of a rock and kicked it with his foot. At that moment, the rock cracked, and the inside turned into stone powder. Fong Ping's gaze changed. He tilted his head and said, "Instructor, is this the penetration of vitality force and crushing the inside of the rock?" "Yes." Lu Fengru nodded. With her hands behind her back, she said lightly, "If I kill martial artists below peak rank 5 now, 1 punch, and the other party will die without a doubt. There's no luck involved. Peak rank 5 martial artists have completed honing their internal organs. At this time, it's not easy to kill them. However, for me, it's the same. When my mentality intimidates and suppresses the other party, 1 punch to the head will also result in death. At rank 6, every time a door is closed, mentality will grow a little. With a strong mentality, it's not easy to kill. When the Sanjiao gate is completely closed, the mentality won't be too low. When you encounter a powerhouse like this, it's best not to hope that you can use your mentality to disturb him." Fong Ping asked, "Instructor, under normal circumstances, how strong is a rank 5 and 6 martial artist mentality?" "It depends on the person. However, before peak rank 6, most martial artist mentality will stop at 499 hertz. Then I'm still much stronger than them." Lu Fengru shook her head. "Mentality isn't the only thing. If your vitality is strong, your aura is strong, and your willpower is strong, your mentality won't have a suppressive effect on them. Instead, you'll be easily injured by them. This will be very troublesome. That's why martial artists below Grandmaster rarely use mentality in battles." As she said that, Lu Fengru continued, "All right, let's not talk about this for now. You know how to cultivate the Maha Punch. It mainly depends on your ability to control it. Also, in terms of saber techniques, I've asked for royal decapitation from Nanjiang for you. It's from the same lineage as Manic Explosion." Fong Ping smiled bitterly. "Instructor, is this the only saber technique?" Zhang Dingnan's saber technique was very shameful. Manic Explosion, Royal Decapitation, and Immortal Vanquishing Saber were a series of saber techniques. Royal Decapitation was a high-ranked combat technique. Immortal Vanquishing Divine Saber was a mentality combat technique created by Zhang Dingnan after he had achieved peak rank 6. However, Royal Decapitation was gradually perfected after he stepped into the Grandmaster level. But combat techniques from the same lineage are easier to cultivate. Your Manic Explosion is easier to integrate with this one. Moreover, because it was created by the same person, the vitality circulation routes are all the same. Are you sure you want to change combat techniques?" Fong Ping said sheepishly, "Doesn't Governor General Zhang think that this name is shameful?" Lu Fengru chuckled. "Do I? I think he's quite proud of himself. He even asked you not to bring disgrace to his combat techniques. Otherwise, he'll settle the score with you." Fong Ping was speechless. Zhang Dingnan was the Governor General. Can't the feudal officials be a little more reliable? Emperor decapitation my ass." He cursed 10,000 times in his heart. However, in order to quickly master combat techniques, Fong Ping had to pinch his nose and learn. It was the same old rule. Read the book first. Ask questions if he did not understand after reading it. Fong Ping was not in a hurry. Cultivating combat techniques was not something that could be done overnight. After getting the combat techniques book, Fong Ping asked curiously, "Instructor, other than the blood arrow technique, have you created any other combat techniques?" After all, Zhang Dingnan had created a whole basket of battle techniques. "Yes. Why don't you teach me? Are you sure you want to learn?" "Yes." Fong Ping felt that Lu Fengru's sword was unconventional. Some of her combat techniques were quite interesting. "Go look for it in the combat techniques library yourself. I created Invincible Punch 2 years ago." Fong Ping. Were all these people who created combat techniques not past the age of 8th graders? Lu Fengru was obviously not ashamed of this name. After thinking for a while, she said, "However, my Invincible Punch is more suitable for people who have achieved half a golden body to cultivate. Its realm is a notch higher than Zhang Dingnan's saber technique. You might not be able to learn it." Fong Ping was mentally exhausted. "Fine, I'm not going to learn it. My ancestors' combat techniques are still more reliable." Chapter 300. In the following time, Fong Ping diligently cultivated his combat techniques. He was not in a hurry to elevate his rank. With the 5 celestial bridges opened, his body was constantly being honed even if he did not cultivate. Middle-ranked martial artists could cultivate half a golden body. This was not a lie. As for combat techniques, Fong Ping mainly used Vajra Punch and Maha Punch. High-ranked combat techniques were difficult to cultivate. It was better to specialize than to cultivate several high-ranked combat techniques in a short period of time. He did not major in royal decapitation, not because the name was shameful. The main reason was that saber techniques were more complicated than fist techniques. Sometimes, fist techniques were more suitable than saber techniques. Fong Ping did not forget that he had lost his weapon in the catacombs. While Fong Ping diligently cultivated combat techniques, MCMU was also constantly changing. On the 20th of September, 2 martial arts training classes in Magic City officially opened for business. The martial arts classes run by MCMU Martial Arts Society began to recruit students. Some of MCMU's rank 2 and 3 martial artists began to leave the university and travel to various places for exchanges, including participating in some local martial arts competitions. Peak rank 3 powerhouse Yi Qing officially embarked on the northbound road and began to challenge rank 3 powerhouses along the way. The university's pill factory and munitions factory began to expand. A large number of students from the School of Production entered the university's industry to participate in practical activities. On Distance's e-commerce platform, the lending system expanded, and a large number of new students obtained the right to borrow credits. The once peaceful and quiet MCMAU was now much livelier. Some of the instructors who had been in MCMAU for a long time saw it and remembered it. They did not know whether to be happy or sad. The old vice-chancellor's departure caused MCMU to fall into a low point. However, the new generation was radiating new life, giving MCMEU greater vitality. The National Rank 1 martial arts competition was also being advertised in an uproar. The National Rank 1 martial arts competition, hosted by Magic City Martial Arts University, attracted the attention of the entire country. Since 2009, martial arts competitions emerged one after another. However, the martial arts competitions hosted by local governments were not as credible as MCMAU. The first National Martial Arts University Freshman Championship was held in MCMAU, and the winner was also MCMAU. Now that MCMU was hosting the National Rank 1 martial arts competition, it was even more credible. When MCMU announced the registration hotline, website, email, and solicited sponsors to bid for the martial arts competition's broadcasting rights, it attracted the attention and interest of countless people. There was obviously more than one martial arts competition. There was no doubt that this time the scale would not be small, and the competition would not be short either. In the era of martial arts, the martial arts competition was no less popular than the Olympic Games. Shanghai TV station offered 50 million yuan to buy the broadcasting rights of the martial arts competition, and Nanhu TV station offered 80 million yuan. In the end, before the two sides could decide on a winner, Central TV intervened and offered 100 million yuan for a buyout. The sale of the broadcasting rights had caused a huge uproar. The martial arts club had been so busy recently that it was dizzy and disoriented. In the end, when they looked for Fang Ping, they could not find him, no matter how hard they tried. The ministers were so angry that they wanted to quit. Today, the Martial Arts Society had a total of 5 presidents. Fang Ping could not be found. Xie Lei was nowhere to be found. Qin Fengqing, who dared to ask him for help, he could hunt you down with a saber. Liang Fenghua was busy building the Celestial Bridge and had no time to care. Chen Wenlong had gone to the military department. None of the 5 presidents were in charge. Chen Yunxi had been camping in front of Lu Fengru's villa for a few days when she finally caught sight of Fang Ping. She was so happy that she almost cried tears of joy. Fang Ping, where have you been? Chen Yunxi's resentful tone gave Fang Ping goosebumps. He said gloomily, I didn't go anywhere. I've been busy cultivating at the seaside in the southern area. Fang Ping had no choice. If he cultivated in the dormitory or by the lakeside, he would have to pay if he broke anything. Now that the Martial Arts Society was punishing badly, as the president, Fang Ping could not take the lead in breaking the rules. If Zhang Yu was the president, Fang Ping could still be a thorn. If he was the president, if he was a thorn, other thorns would appear. At the seaside, there were not so many concerns. Knowing that Fang Ping had gone to cultivate, Chen Yunxi did not ask any more questions. She said immediately, the preparations for the National Rank 1 martial arts competition have officially started. You mentioned the auction of the broadcasting rights. Now Central TV has offered 100 million to buy out the entire media broadcasting rights. Chen Yunxi said with a face full of admiration, You're amazing. Someone actually offered such a high price to buy out our broadcasting rights, 100 million pounds or US dollars. Fang Ping cut in immediately. Chen Yunxi's tone faltered. After a while, she blushed and said softly, RMB. Fang Ping pursed his lips. The entire media broadcasting rights cost 100 million? Do you think I'm stupid? The new media broadcasting rights cost more than 100 million. Nowadays, the number of online videos in the country has increased greatly. Many video websites want to make a name for themselves, but lack the opportunity. The National Rank 1 martial arts competition is currently the most authoritative, largest, and influential one, held by MCMU. If I sell it to one company for 20 to 30 million, they won't even bat an eye. If I sell it to 4 or 5 companies, I'll have 100 million. This is the broadcasting fee for the new media. There are also local TV stations that are fighting to buy the TV broadcasting. No matter what, it's more than 100 million. What's wrong with Central TV? They want to buy it out with 100 million? Tell them 100 million is fine too. Only the TV rights. The new media is not included. Fang Ping was very clear about this. He might not know as much about martial arts as others, but in these matters, the people of MCMU were not as good as him. In the past few years, in the eyes of the people of MCMAU, the championship was a loss-making business. It was not that there were no business talents. The key was that MCMAU's previous ethos was still somewhat conservative and old-fashioned. The old vice-chancellor was a very good person, but then again he was old and not too connected with the times. He did not even care much about money. In the old vice-chancellor's eyes, teaching and educating people and cultivating martial artists should not be too utilitarian and commercialized. The source of funds was government funding, and the other was earned by the school's powerhouses going to the catacombs. The old vice-chancellor himself was also a practical person in this aspect. He had been in charge of MCMEU for more than 50 years and had spent at least 20 years in the catacombs. The rest of the time was spent recuperating. Throughout the year, almost half of his time was spent in the catacombs. This was also the main reason why even a rank 8 golden body was plagued with injuries. Fong Ping had no right to judge whether the old vice-chancellor was right or wrong, but it was true that the old man did not make good use of all the resources of MCMEU. Of course, maybe the old vice-chancellor knew, but was unwilling. Maybe, in his opinion, martial artists should have less of the stench of money. What exactly was he thinking? Now that the old man had died in battle in the catacombs, Fong Ping did not bother to guess. However, he was not the old vice-chancellor, nor was he as great as the old man. He had stayed in the catacombs his whole life. After he died in battle, the school sorted out his belongings and found that he had not even applied for a bank card. The old man had been in MCMEU for 60 years, but he was penniless. He had never married and dedicated his life to MCMEU. It was respectable, but sad. Without thinking about it, Fong Ping said, "Also, the sponsorship fees can't be cheap. Don't bother if it's less than 10 million. It doesn't need to be too much, just about 10 will do. After a martial arts competition, it's not a lot, but it's still possible to collect 300 million in broadcasting fees and sponsorship fees. As for rewards, including other expenses, I think 100 million should be more than enough, or we can give more rewards to attract more people to participate. We can earn at least 100 million. The next time we hold a martial arts competition, we can earn even more." Chen Yunshi listened carefully and quickly said, "But I heard that other schools have the same idea." Fong Ping laughed. "Following the trend won't make it big. Do they have the authority of MCMEU? Even CCM, you won't be able to follow the trend so easily. The key is still the martial arts championship from back then. We were the winners and they were the losers. That's not all. CCMEU is run by a bunch of old antiques, and it's even more politicized. That idiot Li Hansong only thinks about bringing people down to the catacombs to kill. He's not interested in this aspect, and he's not as smart as me. Therefore, unless the central government organizes it, the martial arts competition organized by MCMEU will be the most authoritative in the country." Chen Yunshi continued to nod. Fong Ping saw this and said, "These are all trivial matters. Get a few people from the School of Social Sciences to help handle it. Tell those idiots from the School of Social Sciences that if they can't handle this, they should just go home. It's fine if their martial arts aren't that good, but if they can't handle this, then why are they still staying in MCMU? The School of Social Sciences has the most rank 1 martial artists among the older students. These idiots don't even think about it. If they don't improve much in martial arts, will they be able to reach high positions in the business and political world? In recent years, those who have really reached high positions in the business and political world are mostly people from the School of Weaponry. In the past, I said I didn't give them a chance. Now that the missions are open to them, it's easier to earn credits. Loans are fine too. If they don't improve, I'll consider cleaning up the rank 1 martial artists in the junior and senior years next semester." Chen Yunshi's expression changed. She said quickly, "That's not good." Rank 1 martial artists were the backbone of each martial arts university. They were also the group with the most people. In MCMU, there were close to 4,000 rank 1 martial artists. Of course, there were many sophomores, close to 1,500. However, there were also more than 2,000 rank 1 martial artists in the junior and senior years. If Fong Ping really wanted to do this, the school would not agree. Let's put the other 3 schools aside for now. Get the Martial Arts Society to spread the word to the juniors and seniors in the School of Weaponry. In the School of Weaponry, there are 800 juniors and seniors. In reality, there are less than 800. There are actually close to 300 people in rank 1. Isn't that embarrassing? Ignore the other schools for now. There are too many of them. If the school of weaponry continues like this, I'll be ruthless, Fong Ping said with a smile. Lion Tang will definitely support it. Instructor, Li will be fine. As for Dean Huang, when the time comes, it won't be a problem even if there are fewer people. Won't he find it embarrassing? The students in the School of Weaponry have the best qualifications, the best conditions, the most missions, the most resources. If they can't even reach rank 2 after a few years, would they be useless? Cultivation is hard. It's hard for everyone. It's even harder for normal martial arts universities, but normal martial arts universities can produce rank 3 martial artists. Rank 2 martial artists are not rare either. I don't believe that it's harder for MCMEU's people. After talking for a while, Fong Ping looked at the sky and smiled. All right, that's all for now. I still have some cultivation matters that I need to consult the instructor about. Don't delay your martial arts cultivation. You're close to becoming a thrice-honed martial artist. You should improve quickly in the 3 lower ranks. Chen Yunxi was slightly embarrassed and did not dare to reply. Fong Ping did not care about her and walked into the villa. At the end of September, the news of the school's plans to expel rank 1 martial artists in the School of Weaponry spread throughout MCMAU. For a moment, the older students lamented. The new students cheered. The Devil King Fong had finally made a move against the older students. In less than a month, the new students were almost tortured to the point of breaking down. Cultivating, doing chores, attending classes, challenging the elite ranking, almost all of their time was taken up. At night, when they finally had a good night's sleep, that bastard Fong Ping actually sent people to attack the camp. No, the dormitories. To put it nicely, it was to train their vigilance and reflexes. Moreover, this matter had the full support of the School of Weaponry's dean, Tang Feng. The reason was that when Fong Ping and the others went out to encircle the evil sect martial artists, they were almost attacked. Tang Feng felt that it was necessary to let the new students experience more. Now, the Grandmasters did not show up. Tang Feng, a peak rank 6 martial artist, together with Fong Ping, the president of the Martial Arts Society, immediately became a foregone conclusion. Now, the new students did not even dare to take off their clothes when they slept at night, afraid that someone would break into their house. Some of the MCMEU girls among the new students were even more afraid. They heard that the Devil King Fong wanted to hit women's breasts. If he gave them a few hits, this group of newbies would explode with one punch. The school's affairs were gradually on the right track. Fong Ping had heard about the nicknames the new students had given him behind his back, but he did not have the time to deal with them for now. When he had the time, Fong Ping had plenty of ways to deal with them. At the end of September, Fong Ping brought a change of clothes, pills, and weapons and met up with Qin Fengqing in front of the Martial Arts Society. In front of the Martial Arts Society, Qin Fengqing's aura was much stronger than before. It had been almost 2 months since he broke through to rank 4. A few days ago, Qin Fengqing had built 4 celestial bridges. Seeing his high-spirited aura, Fong Ping raised his eyebrows and smiled. Middle stage rank for now? No, I'm almost there. Or should I say, I barely made it. Qin Fengqing smiled with some ill intentions. The prototype of the 5th celestial bridge has been built. The next step is to stabilize it. Fong Ping, we're at the same rank now. The construction of the prototype also meant that he had actually entered middle stage rank 4. However, because it was not yet stable, his rank was not too stable. Fong Ping chuckled. It's not easy. I remember last year, when we met for the first time at the school gate, you were rank 3, and I was an aspiring martial artist. Sigh, in the blink of an eye, you've almost caught up to me. Amazing. Qin Fengqing's old face darkened instantly. How heart-wrenching. When he met Fong Ping at the beginning of last year, he was 3 ranks higher than Fong Ping. This year, his rank was actually lower than Fong Ping's. His high spirits from before disappeared in an instant. Qin Fengqing snorted. The path of martial arts isn't based on a moment, when you stop at peak rank 6 for a few decades. Is that so? My mentality can be released externally. My bone marrow is like mercury. I'm invincible among rank 3, and my essence, spirit, and soul are in one. Old Qin, I think I'll be at peak rank 6 in a few months' time. After that, I'll be at rank 7. My skull honing level is also higher than yours. Rank 8 is also close at hand. Do you think you can really catch up to me? Enough! Qin Fengqing flew into a rage out of humiliation. His face darkened as he said, "Are you leaving or not? You talk too much." Fong Ping laughed happily and stopped teasing him. The two of them walked toward the southern region. This time, they took the southern passageway to the catacombs. As soon as Fong Ping and the others left, a few people walked out of the Martial Arts Society's entrance. Watching the two of them leave, Fu Changding sighed. The others sighed too. Now, the gap between everyone had been completely widened. In the past, everyone could still form teams to carry out missions. Now the gap was too big. Forming teams would also become a burden to each other. I hope they can come back safely. Chen Yunxi prayed softly. Everyone was silent. In the catacombs, life and death were up to fate. Chapter 301. The entrance to the catacombs. The gatekeeper did not add anyone. It was still the same person. Scarface never returned. Fong Ping walked here and touched the alloy wall, not saying anything. They had only met once. However, that day, Scarface had told Fong Ping with a smile that he would flatten the catacombs the next day and demolish the alloy house with Fong Ping. Fong Ping still remembered it. Too bad you won't have the chance to demolish the house with me. I'll take everything for myself. Sometimes, some people, even if they had only met once, would be unforgettable for the rest of their lives. The only gatekeeper saw Fong Ping's actions and seemed to remember something. A hint of nostalgia appeared in his eyes. He did not say anything. The gatekeeper uncle laughed and said, "Fong Ping, when you have time, you can take on some commercials. You can shoot some movies too. We're sick of your previous commercials. Try something new." Fong Ping was speechless. He did not know whether to laugh or cry. "I saw it when I passed by the hall. Uncle, shouldn't you give me some advertising fees? I don't have any money." The gatekeeper pushed them away cleanly and said with a smile, "Go ahead. Both of you be careful." Qin Fengqing looked relaxed. He did not care. He said as he walked, "My fortune depends on the catacombs. What's there to worry about?" The gatekeeper laughed and nodded slightly. "That's true. You, Qin Fengqing, are almost treating the catacombs as your ATM. That's true. It's an ATM," Qin Fengqing chuckled and entered the alloy house with Fong Ping. A few minutes later, both of them entered Hope City's passageway plaza. This time, Su Mafu did not appear. 2 rank 4s were not qualified for Su Mafu to welcome them personally. Outside the alloy house, there were military powerhouses guarding it. Seeing both of them, the guarding martial artists smiled and nodded. Both of them were quite famous in Hope City. One of them entered the catacombs for the first time and escaped the pursuit of a rank 6 martial artist. The other entered often and was often hunted. Now, many people had died. These two had entered from lower ranks to middle ranks. Their luck was heaven-defying. Qin Fengqing acted like he was familiar with them. He said, "Old Zhang, how's the situation now? Tell us." The guarding martial artist looked at him for a while and said faintly, "My surname is Lu." "Oh, then old Lu, how's the situation now?" Qin Fengqing didn't care about this at all. There were so many people who had the time to remember them one by one. Names were just code names. Fong Ping did not say anything. He raised his head and stared at the ugly sun. It was better to pretend that he didn't know Qin Fengqing. Whether he was embarrassed or not, that was his business. The martial artist on guard did not seem to mind this too much. He smiled and said, "Skygate City has retreated and has not attacked again recently. However, the scouts have reported that Skygate City is now in close contact with East Sunflower City. According to General Su's judgment, the two cities may continue to deepen their cooperation or even merge. Skygate City had suffered heavy losses this time. Half of their high-ranked martial artists had been killed, and countless middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists had been killed or injured. They were no longer able to take the initiative to attack Hope City. The distance between the two cities is also very close." Qin Fengqing listened for a while and said, "Is there any movement from West Phoenix City in the northwest?" "West Phoenix City?" The guard thought for a while and shook his head. "For now, there is no movement. It is still the same. Our people rarely go to the northwest. However, this time, the military is already paying attention to the various cities. Once they join forces, we will definitely notice." Oh, Qin Fengqing did not ask further. He walked into the city, and Fong Ping hurriedly followed. "Where are we going?" "To the mission hall." Qin Fengqing said disdainfully, "Kid, you are a greenhorn here. Learn more from me. Now that we are in Hope City, we should go to the mission hall to take a look. Maybe we can earn some extra money. Sometimes the military or some large enterprises in the outside world, including pill companies and weapons companies, may issue some missions. They're all free missions, such as collecting martial arts medals and the like, or collecting catacombs clothing. I don't know if it's to enter the catacombs or if some idiot has this hobby. Anyway, it's all free money." Qin Fengqing finally found an opportunity to attack Fong Ping. Fong Ping smiled without saying anything. There was no harm in listening. However, Qin Fengqing would wait and see. These debts would be settled sooner or later. Mission hall. There was no display screen or electronic equipment here. He could only check through the mission blackboard. At this moment, there were many people in the mission hall. Fong Ping also saw some familiar faces, a few instructors from the university. Seeing Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing, the instructors greeted them with a smile and asked about MCMU. Hearing that MCMU had obtained the authority to expand the university's pill and weapons production line, the instructors were in a good mood. Actually, the peak rank 6 powerhouse in charge of the catacombs already knew about this. However, these few had just returned from outside Hope City, so they did not know about it yet. Everyone talked for a while. Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing also checked the mission blackboard, purchasing all kinds of medicinal herbs in large quantities at favorable prices, purchasing energy stones of all kinds of purity, purchasing energy hearts, purchasing monster carcasses of all ranks, purchasing fresh sea beasts. Fong Ping actually saw the restaurant purchase mission. He glanced at it and was speechless. Do people really eat these things? The purchase price is not cheap. He still did not forget the last time he went to Hope City's restaurant. The price was terrifyingly expensive. You can't afford it, but it doesn't mean others can't. Qin Fengqing continued to look down on him, reminiscing, "The taste is not bad. The taste of sea beasts is especially fresh. However, sea beasts are not easy to catch. The sea is also dangerous, so I haven't eaten much. Speaking of which, do you know what the best food in the catacombs is?" "What?" Fong Ping had never eaten the animals and plants of the catacombs when he was in the catacombs. When he entered the Jiao's forest, he did not eat either. He relied on his vitality to sustain himself. "Mine rats." Qin Fengqing licked his lips, his face full of enjoyment. "Mine rats are really tender. That taste better than women. Do you have a story with mine rats that you have to tell?" "Get lost." Qin Fengqing cursed. Just as he was about to speak, someone beside him interrupted. "Qin Fengqing, you've eaten mine rats before?" Qin Fengqing said proudly, "Of course." The person who asked was a middle-aged uncle. He raised his eyebrows. Mine, rats only appear near energy mines. Where did you catch them? Qin Fengqing looked at him with disdain and snorted, Do you think I'm stupid? The military department wanted me to hand it over, but I didn't tell them. MCM, you didn't tell either. Why would I tell you? When I reach rank 7, I'll go mine directly. I'm the only one who knows anyway. I won't tell anyone else. This guy did not care if people knew about this. Discovering an energy mine was your ability. The key was to dig it back, if you had the ability. If you did not dig it back, it would not be very effective. High-ranked creatures were bound to be found in energy mines. This was a common rule that everyone knew. The middle-aged uncle was not actually curious about this. He grinned and said, Qin Fengqing, you're bragging. How could you come back alive after going to an energy mine? I can't help it. I'm too lucky. Qin Fengqing looked pleased. He coughed dryly and said, All right, don't beat around the bush to get close to me. There must be high-ranked creatures. I didn't dare to go too deep. I circled around the periphery and came back. Anyway, I've eaten mine rats before. That taste is amazing. Many people in the hall heard him. Some could not help but laugh. Others deliberately provoked him. How could you believe Qin Fengqing's bragging? I don't know where he heard it from, but he's pretty good at pretending. Believe it or not, it's up to you. Qin Fengqing ignored them. He looked at the mission panel for a while more, then strode out. There was no need to register anything when accepting missions here. All he had to do was check if there was a high demand for something and bring it back. After leaving the mission hall, Fong Ping asked, Did you really find an energy mine? Take a guess? Guess my ass. It's not like I don't know where the energy mines are. I know 3 of them. The key is that I don't have the ability to get them. Fong Ping did not care too much about this. In MCMU, there was a map. MCMU powerhouses had discovered 3 energy mines. However, they were extremely dangerous. 2 of them were guarded by rank 8 creatures. The last one was even suspected to be rank 9. Moreover, they went deep into the catacombs near the Central Mountain Range. Fong Ping knew, but he did not want to court death. But how many places had Qin Fengqing gone to? He had even encountered an energy mine, since he had returned alive. Did that mean that there weren't any powerful creatures occupying the area? Qin Fengqing chuckled and said, I told you not to get any ideas about me. I'm guessing that the one I encountered was probably not discovered by MCMU, nor was it discovered by anyone else. Anyway, it's not too big, and the degree of energy leakage is not high either. It might only be occupied by a rank 7 creature. When I reach the 7th rank, I will go mining. If it really doesn't work, I'll just auction it off and sell it to the highest bidder. I have to make a profit anyway. Fong Ping did not ask further. He asked, What about now? Now, Qin Fengqing was speechless. Of course, we have to hurry out of the city now. A few 100 miles will take a lot of time. Once we enter the catacombs, don't waste time. Don't tell me you're planning to find a woman in Hope City to talk about your feelings. Let me tell you, some of the female martial artists in Hope City are terrible. If you have a special taste, you can talk to them. Shut up. Fong Ping interrupted him. Without further ado, the 2 of them walked toward the north gate. Outside the north gate, looking back, there were more potholes on the city wall of Hope City. There was also a smear of red on the land outside the city. During the battle, Fong Ping and the others had already evacuated. Fong Ping did not know how many people had died. Qin Fengqing began to hurry on without saying a word. The danger level was not high within a few dozen miles of Hope City. The 2 of them did not waste their vitality as they hurried on, maintaining a constant speed. After walking for more than an hour, Qin Fengqing suddenly stopped. In front of them were lakes of various sizes. Qin Fengqing stood on the spot and looked for a moment. Suddenly, he asked, Which one is the vice-chancellor's? Actually, Fong Ping also realized how these lakes were formed. On that day, Those powerhouses fought and perished together. The energy fluctuations even spread tens of miles away. One could imagine how intense the battle scene was. Fong Ping was not familiar with this, but Qin Fengqing was. In the past, there were no lakes here. Fong Ping was silent. Qin Fengqing did not mind. He glanced at the lakes and walked around them. As he walked, he asked, "How strong do you think I have to be to conquer the catacombs?" "I don't know. Even rank 9 can't do it." Qin Fengqing laughed self-deprecatingly. "Nobody knows. Commander Li and his group are all rank 9 powerhouses, but they still can't do it. Is there a rank 10 above rank 9? I don't know." "I knew you don't know. It's useless to ask." "Then why did you ask?" "Nonsense. There's no one else here. It's just the two of us. If I don't talk, do you want me to suffocate?" "You talk less." "Why should I talk less? Who knows how long I can live? While I can still talk, I'll talk more. I'll tell you everything in the future." Qin Fengqing was a chatterbox. Fong Ping actually knew this was not the first time. Last time, when they were doing a mission together, this guy talked from beginning to end. Previously, there was someone else. Now that there was no one else, Fong Ping could only bear this chatterbox's nonsense alone. As they walked, the land was no longer desolate. After the last battle, there was no grass or trees around Hope City. Now, it was all bare land. Not even a big tree could be seen. However, as they continued walking northwest, trees and grass appeared again. The land was no longer flat. Some hills could be seen everywhere. West Phoenix City is about 500 li northwest from Hope City. This time, we're not going to West Phoenix City. We're going a little northeast. Why did you escape there? Aren't you going to Skygate City to rob? What do you mean by robbery? Qin Fengqing retorted, "We're withdrawing money. Do you understand?" As he said that, he still explained, "We're not going to Skygate City. We're going to a large village. In the catacombs, other than the 13 cities, there are some villages and towns. The one we went to last time was a village. Anyway, I don't know if it's Skygate City's management or West Phoenix City's management, but it doesn't matter. It's all the same. That village is quite strong. There are rank 5 martial artists and quite a few rank for martial artists. Wang Jinyang and I killed a few of them. After that, we didn't dare to run towards Skygate City. So we ran here. Then we came across the place I mentioned. In the catacombs, the cities must have high ranks. This is the law. Towns with more than 10,000 people may also have high ranks. As for villages, it's rare to see high ranks. It's considered good to have a middle rank. Some villages are actually just a bunch of normal people. Rob, withdraw money. You must choose a good place. It's meaningless to go to a normal village. Other than killing a few people, what else can you do? Although it's a race war between us and the catacombs, I have no intention of slaughtering those women and children. It's best not to go to a town. If you want to go, go to a bigger village. There are martial artists in these villages, so they definitely need to cultivate. There are definitely energy stones there. Even if there aren't energy stones, you can often find herbs with extremely high energy concentration. They're also quite valuable. Qin Fengqing began to teach Fong Ping his way of robbery. When they were almost 200 li away from Hope City, Qin Fengqing suddenly stopped and looked at Fong Ping. "Take off your clothes." Fong Ping's gaze was dangerous. There was no one around. In the wilderness, this guy wanted him to take off his clothes? Before Fong Ping could question him, this guy started taking off his clothes himself. When he was down to his underpants, he took out a set of catacombs human clothing from the cloth bag he carried with him and put it on. Don't dress like this near Hope City. Some of our martial artists are stupid. They want to kill you as soon as they see you. It's fine if they don't kill you in one move, but if they kill you in one move, there's no way you can reason with them. Qin Fengqing talked about his bloody experience. His gaze was complicated. I didn't think so much at that time. I just changed my clothes near Hope City. I met a rank for martial artist who had just returned from outside the city. Without saying anything, he chased me and tried to kill me. Mother of Asterisk Kerr. I already said that I'm a human, but he still wanted to kill me. He said that I'm a catacombs human who has learned the human language. Mother of Asterisk Kerr. I was almost killed. Can a catacombs martial artist speak Mandarin so fluently? I'll remember this grudge. When I get the chance, I'll cut him down. Fong Ping could not help but laugh. He heard Qin Fengqing say, "Actually, we can't sneak by changing clothes, but we won't be too conspicuous. If they see us from afar, the catacombs martial artists won't chase us. At this time, we should be more wary of human martial artists. However, we're so far away from the city. This is also not our main attack direction. The probability of meeting humans is not high." While he was talking, Qin Fengqing had changed his clothes and even wrapped a piece of cloth around his head. Fong Ping was speechless. Qin Fengqing rolled his eyes and said exasperatedly, "Hurry up, what are you dawdling for?" Fong Ping heard that and did not delay any further. Since he followed Qin Fengqing, this veteran, and did this, it meant that it was effective. After taking off his coat, Fong Ping was just about to change when Qin Fengqing's gaze suddenly changed. This guy reached out and touched Fong Ping's body. Fong Ping was on guard. He growled, "Get lost, or I'll kill you." This guy looked like he had an insatiable desire. Was he looking for a beating? Leather armor made from the skin of a rank 5 white-eared beast, Qin Fengqing ignored him. He swallowed, ignoring Fong Ping's murderous gaze, and continued to touch his leather armor. He said with red eyes, "Mother of Asterisk Kerr, what kind of mission is this? There's no one around. I really want to do something big." This bastard Fong Ping was so rich. He was richer than that pauper Wang Jinyang, a B-class alloy broadsword, and a rank 5 beasts leather armor. Just these 2 items alone were already a huge fortune. "Fong Ping, I've never worn this before. Do you want to lend it to me for a few days?" Qin Fengqing's face was full of desire. Fong Ping slapped his paw away and said with a dark expression, "Dream on. Don't be so heartless. I'll just borrow it to wear. I'll definitely return it to you. Are you going to get lost or not?" Fong Ping was starting to regret going on a mission with this idiot. This guy could not possibly be thinking of robbing him, could he? Qin Fengqing's face was full of regret. He sighed softly. "It's okay. If you don't want to lend it, then don't." In his heart, however, he was thinking that if Fong Ping were to be hunted down later, he should be willing to ask for this broadsword and leather armor to save his worthless life, right? Unbeknownst to him, Fong Ping was also thinking that the saber Qin Fengqing was wearing was also B-class. Chapter 302. After changing, Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing looked at each other. Both of them had their heads wrapped in scarves, which made them look a little comical. "Why aren't you wearing a mask?" Fong Ping asked. "Are you an idiot? If we come into close contact, the other party will be able to sense the difference in our energies. Hence, we just need to deceive him. Why don't I say that some cultivators are idiots? That fellow who chased me last time, did he not sense that I was using vital qi energy?" Qin Fengqing complained as he put away his clothes and stuffed them into the cloth bag. After some thought, he looked at Fong Ping and frowned slightly. "Even an idiot would know you're a fake if you're carrying a military backpack. Change to another one. Why didn't you say so earlier?" "I forgot." Qin Fengqing didn't think he had done anything wrong by forgetting. He thought for a while and said, "Throw the bag away." Fong Ping ignored him. He stuffed the package into his jacket and held it in front of his stomach. "Throw it away. Your chest is bulging. Are you pretending to be a woman?" "I won't." Fong Ping shook his head. "Do you think I'm stupid? If I lose my bag and I don't have a storage ring when I snatch the herbs or energy stones, do I have to rely on my hands to carry them? How much could they take?" He still had a gunny sack in his bag, but he didn't tell Qin Fengqing. "If necessary, It was much more convenient to carry a sack on one's back than to carry it in one's hands. Qin Fengqing frowned and said in a low voice, "If we don't lose it, it will delay us. You throw yours away first. Do you think I'm stupid?" Qin Fengqing rolled his eyes. Fong Ping seemed to have realized that he was different from Qin Fengqing and suddenly touched his body. Qin Fengqing dodged hastily, but Fong Ping grabbed the waistband of his pants with one hand and sneered, "Mother asterisk cur, specially made? What is this?" He was in awe of Qin Fengqing. This guy's clothes were actually double-layered. There was an opening at the waist of the trousers, and it was very easy to stuff things in. In other words, his clothes were one big pocket. Seeing that he couldn't avoid it, Qin Fengqing said embarrassedly, "It's just for convenience." "What about it? You're not convinced?" "Why is a mind like this?" "How would I know? You gave me the clothes. Who told you not to prepare it yourself? Then you want me to throw my bag. The bag is indeed a hindrance." The two of them spoke one after another. After a while, Qin Fengqing sighed and said, "All right, you're as sly as a ghost. How about this? Let's not split it 50-50. Let's do it based on our own abilities. Whoever gets more will get it." Fong Ping said with a faint smile, "That's what I wanted to say too." The two of them looked at each other and didn't say anything else as they continued to walk forward. Halfway there, the sky darkened. Night in the catacombs always fell instantly. However, the two of them who had entered rank had sharp ears and eyes. They were not careless even when walking at night. "It's about 30 li ahead." Qin Fengqing's expression became much more serious, and he said cautiously, "If I remember correctly, there is a village nearby, and there might be people coming out at night. Leave the vicinity of Hope City. Remember, you may encounter the catacombs humans at any time." "Understood. If you encounter a catacombs martial artist, just kill the weak ones. If you encounter a strong one, don't waste your breath. Run." "All right." In the darkness, the two continued forward. The nights in the catacombs were not peaceful. An extremely penetrating roar could be heard from afar. The night was the world of monsters. The two of them did not encounter any monsters along the way, but it did not mean that there were none. It only meant that they were still active in the periphery and had not entered the true depths of the catacombs. Fong Ping was carefully following Qin Fengqing when Qin Fengqing suddenly pounced forward like a tiger. Before Fong Ping could react, Qin Fengqing had pounced forward and uprooted a plant that looked like a weed on the ground, stuffing it into his clothes without a word. Fong Ping was stunned for a moment. Seeing that Qin Fengqing had no intention of explaining, he lowered his voice and asked, "What's that?" "I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't see it clearly. There's quite a lot of energy. It should be something good." Qin Fengqing explained calmly, "I don't know. I just felt that the energy concentration is not low, so I pulled it out before you reacted." Fong Ping almost died from shock. However, very quickly, Fong Ping's eyes turned. His mentality overflowed, and he began to feel the fluctuations of the energy particles around him. In the catacombs, his mentality was more active. He did not think much of it before, but now that Qin Fengqing had done it, he could not blame him for retaliating. In terms of treasure hunting ability, he was not weaker than him. Along the way, the two of them had gradually stepped into a huge mountain. Fong Ping looked at the map of the catacombs, thought for a moment, and said in a low voice, "This is Wolfhead Ridge?" "Yes. Why didn't you say so earlier?" Fong Ping cursed in a low voice. "There are ancient wolf packs in Wolfhead Ridge. At most, there are hundreds of them. Mother asterisk cur, it's very dangerous, okay?" "Nonsense. Why would I call you if it's not dangerous? Besides, if I told you earlier, what if you came here alone?" Qin Fengqing was not to be outdone. "Am I that stupid? Tell you earlier?" Fong Ping exhaled and said again, "Our powerhouses have been here before. There are really buildings here. Why didn't they discover them?" "Can you not ask such nonsense? The mountain is so big. Our powerhouses pass by in a flash. What do they know? Besides, our people don't come here often. What if we encounter an ancient wolf pack? Jinx, the mountain is so big. How can we encounter one? Fong Ping said faintly, I didn't jinx it. We really encountered one. What? The next moment, without another word, Qin Fengqing turned and ran. His speed was shocking. It was more than the 50 meters per second, he said. Fong Ping ran faster than him. He leaped into the air and disappeared. 3 to 4 seconds after the two of them left, in the darkness, a few wolf-like creatures the size of horses appeared where the two of them had been. The wolf-like creatures looked around. They did not notice anything strange. Very soon, they disappeared into the darkness. A few kilometers away, Qin Fengqing and Fong Ping looked at each other, silent, not to mention the second brother. Everyone ran very fast. Their speed was also extremely fast. Qin Fengqing seemed to be thinking about something. He said softly, It's just ancient wolves. There aren't many of them. They're all rank 4. We can kill them. I know. Seeing that you left, I didn't want to alert them. Makes sense. But I saw that you left first, so I left. Qin Fengqing nodded. Fong Ping rolled his eyes. He said tiredly, All right, let's be honest. If this goes on, I'll be killed by you. Qin Fengqing said resentfully, You're more of a scammer than Wang Jinyang. Although that bastard is a scammer, he's still willing to do hard labor if you trick him into killing monsters. You run faster than me. What's the use of you? Fong Ping wanted to kick him. He hesitated for a moment and gave up on the idea. He said angrily, Don't talk nonsense. If I'm alone, I'll definitely kill them. If you're here, it'll be harder for me to kill them. How about this? When we move forward later, if we encounter rank 4 creatures, kill them directly. If they're rank 5 alone, kill them too. If you run again, you won't be able to continue. Both of them were not considered weak among rank 4 martial artists. If they encountered rank 4 monsters, even if they could not cut them into pieces like melons, it was not difficult to kill them. In the end, both of them wanted the other to do the hard work. When they encountered a few ancient wolf beasts, they ran away. Ancient wolf beasts were not too strong. Unless they encountered a large group, it was not very dangerous. Qin Fengqing also knew that he had met his match this time. It would not be easy to trick Fong Ping into doing hard labor. Sighing, he nodded and said, All right, you're not allowed to run either. It's a deal. It's a deal. Only then did the two of them reach an agreement and continue walking forward together. Kagu! Fong Ping let out a low growl, slicing an ancient wolf beast in half with one slash. On the other side, Qin Fengqing's saber was also as fast as lightning, swiftly beheading a few ancient wolf beasts around him. Panting slightly, Qin Fengqing exhaled. Gaia Lajuo, what's that again? Gyarduka ancient sword. How many have you killed? While digging out the ancient wolf beast's heart, Fong Ping whispered, This won't do. You're not skilled enough. How are you going to fool people? How troublesome. Speaking of which, is this really going to work? If there are catacombs martial artists in the building, we'll sneak past them first. Before a battle breaks out, if the other party isn't a high rank, it'll be hard for them to notice that we're different. If we catch them off guard, we might be able to kill a few of them. Qin Fengqing agreed wholeheartedly. For the first time, he did not refute Fong Ping. That makes sense. Maybe they could bluff their way through? The two of them quickly dug out the heart. As for the ancient wolf beast's fur and flesh, including its bones, they were actually valuable too. The fur of a rank 4 creature was not cheap. However, at this moment, the two of them had just entered the mountains. They could not carry too much weight. They could only reluctantly discard it and dig out the most valuable heart. After another half an hour or so, Qin Fengqing's expression turned solemn. He said in a low voice, After going over this hill, we'll reach the place. It's a valley. Tell me, Should we act at night or in the day? If it's at night, we can't bluff our way through. Even an idiot would know that those who come at night are not good people. There's a chance in the day. Let's see how it goes first. Fong Ping turned around and took a look. He felt a slight headache. He and Qin Fengqing had traversed at least more than 10 mountains before they reached this place. This time, he must not remember the wrong way. Otherwise, it would be troublesome. Deep in Wolf Head Ridge, in a valley, a majestic building made of huge stones stood erect. In the darkness, the interior of the building emitted a faint light. The valley was surrounded by mountains on 3 sides. There was only a gap in the east. According to Qin Fengqing, the east was the direction where he and Wang Jinyang broke in. The two of them were being chased and fled all the way. When they saw the building here, they did not dare to go deep and ran around the mountains. At this moment, the two of them had reached the top of the mountain in the south of the valley. There's someone living here. Fong Ping's expression was solemn. Qin Fengqing shook his head. Not necessarily. As long as the energy in the energy stone is not depleted, the energy lamp in the catacombs will not go out. Maybe there's no one, but the energy is not depleted. However, those who can afford the energy lamp are also rich in the catacombs. Looks like we're going to make a fortune this time. Having said that, Qin Fengqing said, should we test it out or go down directly? The herb garden is in that stone courtyard. Do you see it? Yes. Fong Ping could not see it clearly, but he could faintly feel that the energy there was very abundant. Why don't we go down directly and rob the herb garden first? When no one is chasing us, we can go back and take everything. Fong Ping could not help but ask, are you sure it's not the residence of a high-ranked powerhouse? I think these fellows who live in the deep mountains and old forests are all powerhouses. Can't you be a little braver? The brave ones will be stuffed to death, and the timid ones will starve to death. Qin Fengqing cursed. This was the first time he had met someone who was more afraid of death than he was. Fong Ping took a deep breath. Did he really think that he was afraid of death? The key was that he did not want to die. Last time in the Jiao's forest, he had casually encountered a high-ranked creature. How could he not be careful? According to the map, no high-ranked creatures had been discovered in Wolf Head Ridge. The most powerful creature here was a group of ancient wolf beasts. There were quite a lot of them. Human powerhouses did not investigate too much because this place was not too far from West Phoenix City. Fine. Fong Ping gritted his teeth and said in a low voice, then we'll go down directly and dig quickly. Also, if I run away, remember to run away quickly. There was no other reason. His mentality was stronger. If a powerhouse really appeared, Fong Ping felt that he could still discover it in advance. You don't have to tell me. Qin Fengqing did not think much of it. If you run, how can I not run? The two of them did not waste any more words and began to walk down the mountain carefully. The mountain wall was a little steep, but for two rank for martial artists, as long as there was a place to leverage, they could walk vertically as if they were walking on flat ground. A few minutes later, the two of them walked down the mountain. They were not far from the building in front of them. Fong Ping used his mentality to probe again, but the concentration of energy particles in the valley was not low. In addition to that, the gigantic stone building blocked their view, so it was not easy to probe inside. This time, the two of them did not hesitate. They tiptoed toward the courtyard in front of them. They did not use their vitality. Martial artists were very sensitive to such things. Once they used their vitality, the powerhouses in the building would quickly sense it. We're rich. When the two of them carefully climbed up the courtyard wall, Fong Ping could hear the sound of Qin Fengqing swallowing. Fong Ping really wanted to strangle him to death. Could he not be more promising? But Fong Ping wanted to swallow too. There really was a herb garden in the stone courtyard. Blue ocean fruit, blue leaf fruit, emerald grass, Fong Ping muttered in his heart. These herbs were all raw materials for making medicinal pills. Most of them were materials for middle-grade medicinal pills. At a rough glance, there were at least 20 types of various herbs, but there were not many of them. Some were unique, while others had many. There were about 100 of them in total. He recalled that the two of them did not find many wild herbs on their way here. Fong Ping vaguely deduced that these herbs might have been collected by the owner of this place from Wolf Head Ridge and planted here. One Luosheng fruit used to be worth 100 credits. Moreover, according to the concentration of energy, there would be an increase. Now, the school's purchase price for the herbs had doubled. That meant at least 200 credits. The prices of the other herbs were about the same. Fong Ping calculated. If they were all so valuable, would they not be worth more than 20,000 credits? No wonder Qin Fengqing said he could earn a lot. Since Fong Ping entered the school, he had not earned so much even if he added up all his gains. Even if it was not doubled in the past, it was still worth tens of thousands of credits. To martial artists in the three middle ranks, this was extremely tempting. Qin Fengqing nudged Fong Ping, lightly gesturing. Fong Ping understood what he meant. Fong Ping would dig the left, and he would dig the right. Fong Ping glanced at it. The number of herbs on the left seemed to be less. It did not matter, though. The key was speed. After all, Qin Fengqing was the one who brought him here. Fong Ping was generous for once and nodded in agreement. Of course, there was another point. The right side was closer to the huge stone palace gate. Fong Ping felt that the left side was not bad either. The two of them finished discussing. In the next second, the two of them landed softly. Then, even without using their vitality, the two of them rushed to the vicinity of the herb garden at high speed. As soon as they got close, a soft explosion suddenly sounded. Qin Fengqing's expression changed. He said quickly, "Warning device, F***CK, there's this too. I've always snatched things by force. I've never encountered something like this." While the two of them were talking quickly, they did not delay at all. Fong Ping had already taken out his burlap bag. His hands were extremely fast. He uprooted the plants like weeds and stuffed them into the burlap bag. On the other side, Qin Fengqing's hands moved at the same time. He quickly pulled out the herbs and stuffed them into his clothes. At this moment, sounds and shouts came from the basilica behind them. Not only were there people, but there was more than one of them. As soon as they moved, Fong Ping's mentality sensed the movement of energy particles. They were getting closer and closer. "They're coming. Move faster." What rank? Not weak. Fong Ping could only give such an answer. Unless they observed carefully, it would be difficult to tell who was stronger and who was weaker in an instant, unless the other party unleashed their full strength. The next moment, Fong Ping's expression changed. He shouted, "Yili go." Before the words were out of his mouth, Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing leaped into the air at the same time, using flight step to escape. The moment the two of them leaped into the air, an explosion sounded from where they stood. A powerhouse had made a move. %#yen%. Leave them. In the courtyard, a middle-aged powerhouse with long hair shouted. He also leaped into the air and quickly chased after the two of them. At the same time, a few powerhouses behind them rushed out of the stone gate and gave chase. Fong Ping's expression changed slightly while he was escaping. The person in front was a rank 5, and the ones behind him were rank 4. There were so many middle-ranked martial artists in this place. If it was just these, it would be fine. He was afraid that there were more people inside. Fong Ping did not split up with Qin Fengqing to escape. The two of them looked at each other. Qin Fengqing pointed forward, waved his hand, and chopped. Fong Ping nodded. He would run first. Once he was far away, he would counterattack and kill these martial artists who were chasing him. Chapter 303. He sped along the way. Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing were extremely fast. After running for more than 10 li, The rank 5 powerhouse was the only one chasing after them. The few rank 4 martial artists had already been left behind by a large margin. "Kid, you run really fast." Qin Fengqing was slightly out of breath. After traveling such a long distance, his 5 heaven and earth bridges had yet to stabilize, and his recovery speed was lacking. At this moment, he was a little tired as well. At this moment, the two of them did not speak the catacombs language anymore. They had run so far that their vitality force was overflowing. Unless the rank 5 behind them was an idiot, he would have long known that they were human martial artists. "Cut the crap. Can you kill it?" Fong Ping ignored him. "You're not slow either. Kill." When Qin Fengqing needed to be straightforward, he was decisive. As soon as he finished speaking, he turned around and slashed with his saber. Buzz. The sound traveled far and wide in the darkness. Qin Fengqing's saber seemed to cut through the darkness and instantly appeared at the waist of the expert in midair. Fong Ping was not slow either. He had already unsheathed the Changdao on his back. With a sideways sweep of his saber, he and Qin Fengqing sealed off the opponent's 2 sides at the same time. In the darkness, the middle-aged expert had a cold expression on his face and a hint of mockery in his eyes. Stepping into the air, the middle-aged man disappeared from where he was and appeared in front of Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing did not seem surprised at all. He was prepared for this. In the next moment, Qin Fengqing retreated and approached Fong Ping. He did not retract his saber, but slashed at Fong Ping's waist. Bang! The middle-aged man punched out with both fists, dispersing the attacks from both sides and repelling the 2 blades. Qin Fengqing and Fong Ping's eyes lit up. Early stage or middle stage rank 5. In an instant, the 2 of them came to a conclusion. The other party's strength was not ridiculously strong. The 2 of them had only attacked to gauge the other party's strength. Qin Fengqing's eyes were bright as he growled, "Same old rules." The so-called old rules were, of course, for Fong Ping to go all out, and he would kill him in seconds. "Can you do it? Just one saber move." Qin Fengqing's answer was straightforward. He might not be very strong in a protracted battle, but his high-ranked combat techniques were all for that one strike. Once the saber was unleashed, there was no return. If the enemy didn't die, he would die. This was also the reason why he had to bring someone along when he went on a mission. A companion could buy him time to recover. Hearing this, Fong Ping did not ask further. The 7 slashes of manic explosion were unleashed in an instant, tearing through the sky. The rank 5 powerhouse's expression changed slightly. With a light snort, he swung his fist heavily, hitting the side of the saber blade. The saber let out a series of trembling sounds. In the blink of an eye, the opponent had repelled Fong Ping's 7 collective slashes with a punch. His footsteps shifted slightly, and he appeared in front of Fong Ping. The next moment, a huge fist swung toward Fong Ping's head. The fist had yet to reach him, but the energy fluctuations threatened to tear Fong Ping's head apart. High-ranked combat techniques. Fong Ping let out a low humph. His left fist punched out instantly. Before their fists collided, a loud boom was already heard. "They're coming. Hurry up." Qin Fengqing took a few steps back and did not attack. Seeing this, he growled. Fong Ping let out a muffled groan. He waved the saber in his right hand, but it was not an attack. Instead, he sheathed it into the scabbard on his back. The guandao was huge and did not have a scabbard. However, for the sake of convenience, Fong Ping found someone to make a sheath made from the skin of a catacombs monster so that he could carry the glaive on his back when he needed it. Fong Ping kept the glaive. His eyes were cold and fierce. The next moment, he pounced on his opponent like a tiger. His fists were crimson red. In the blink of an eye, his fists alternated, throwing dozens of punches in a row. As a rank 5 powerhouse, The middle-aged powerhouse had already determined that the abilities of the two people in front of him were not too strong. They were definitely not rank 5. Naturally, he would not hesitate. While diverting his attention to guard against Qin Fengqin, who was looking for an opportunity, he punched back at Fong Ping. He wanted to kill Fong Ping in a short time. Bang! A series of loud sounds of metal colliding could be heard. Fong Ping flew backward, blood spilling from the corner of his mouth. Just as the middle-aged powerhouse was about to give chase, Fong Ping stepped on the void and turned back again. With a low growl, he swung his fists angrily again. Bang, bang, bang. In a few short seconds, Fong Ping was sent flying again. Qin Fengqin was raring to go. He held his glaive horizontally, waiting for an opportunity. Just as the middle-aged powerhouse was about to kill one person and then the other, Fong Ping turned back again. This time, Fong Ping used all his big moves. His mentality suddenly condensed into invisible needles, piercing toward the opponent's brain. Fresh blood spurted from his mouth, turning into a blood arrow shooting toward the opponent's eye socket. The middle-aged powerhouse clearly did not expect the newcomer to have mastered so many secret skills. Whether it was mentality or blood arrow method, in his opinion, they were all considered secret skills. As soon as mentality intimidated, the opponent's body trembled slightly. At this time, the blood arrow spurted. As a rank 5 powerhouse, his mentality was not weak. Although he was slightly stagnant, he still had the energy to disperse the blood arrow. Just as he raised his hand to disperse the blood arrow, Fong Ping attacked at the same time. Bang! This time, Fong Ping used the Maha Punch. He did not have a deep understanding of high-ranked combat techniques. Fong Ping did not pursue a one-hit kill either. Instead, he did not know fatigue. He punched quickly and violently, covering the opponent's entire body as if there was nothing missing. The opponent dispersed the blood arrow in one move. In the next moment, he was about to counterattack when Fong Ping's mentality moved again, piercing toward the opponent's brain. "You're asking for it." Catacombs language, the middle-aged powerhouse roared angrily, his aura bursting. His entire body exuded strong energy waves, instantly dispersing Fong Ping's mentality attack. At this time, Fong Ping's fists hit many parts of the opponent's body, causing him to retreat a few steps. However, the middle-aged man was a rank 5 powerhouse. His physique had been honed to the limit. His internal organs had also been honed. Only some of his internal organs had not been honed. Although he was repelled, it was not a serious injury. After retreating a few steps, the opponent was about to take a step forward to counterattack. However, he did not expect the mentality that had just been dispersed to condense into a shadowless needle again, piercing toward his head. For a moment, the opponent was dumbfounded. Had he encountered a commander-level powerhouse? Otherwise, how could this happen? Just as he was in a daze, Qin Fengqin, who had been looking for an opportunity, lit up the darkness with his eyes. Continued to intimidate him. Qin Fengqin shouted quickly. In the next moment, a blinding blood-red glow erupted from the Changdao, illuminating the void. Fong Ping did not reply. He did not have time to reply. His mentality attacked the opponent continuously. Blood spurted from his mouth, as if it was not for his life, turning into blood arrows that pierced toward the opponent's head. As for himself, he did not choose to watch from the sidelines just because Qin Fengqin was exerting his strength. Instead, he rushed forward quickly, waving both fists and attacking the opponent fiercely, not giving the opponent a chance to escape. Die. The middle-aged powerhouse also felt the danger. With a roar, he gave it his all. His fists seemed to pierce through the void, punching toward Fong Ping. Bang! Fong Ping flew backward. The skin on the surface of his right fist exploded instantly, blood splattering everywhere. The rupture of the skin was still spreading. It continued until the rupture reached the top of his right arm. Only then did the force run out. High-ranked combat techniques used penetrating force. If it had hit the chest just now, it would have spread all the way to the internal organs. However, Fong Ping's vitality was strong and could recover continuously. The opponent's force was only enough to explode his right arm. After that, he had no more strength and was dispersed by the constantly replenishing vitality force. Before Fong Ping could fly out and land on the ground, Qin Fengqing's saber had already landed. Just as the middle-ranked powerhouse was about to withdraw and retreat, Fong Ping's mentality intimidating him took effect, causing his footsteps to slow down slightly. It was at this moment that Qin Fengqing's saber's blade tilted, slashing across the opponent's neck in an instant. Crack! An inaudible and brief slicing sound was heard. The Changdao did not seem to have any effect. The opponent still maintained his retreating posture, retreating a few steps in a row, but his speed gradually slowed down. Qin Fengqing did not chase after him. He fell to the ground, and without turning his head, he quickly ran toward Fong Ping. The middle-aged powerhouse did not chase after him. A blank look seemed to flash across his eyes. After a while, a fountain of blood suddenly sprayed out from his neck. The head that was still intact earlier was sprayed out by the fountain of blood, falling to the ground. Qin Fengqing was panting violently. Fong Ping, on the other hand, was constantly using vitality force to heal the injury on his right arm. He snorted coldly and said, "Next time we work together, you block me, I explode." Every time, he was the one who exploded, and he was also the one who got hurt. Fong Ping was still slightly lacking when facing a rank 5 powerhouse head-on, even if his physique had already reached the level of a peak rank for martial artist. However, his 5 internal organs had not been honed. A moment of carelessness could easily shatter his internal organs by a rank 5 powerhouse. Qin Fengqing panted and said, You can kill him in one move. Without me blocking, can you kill him?" Qin Fengqing's saber was fast and powerful, but without Fong Ping, he could not find a chance to attack at all. "Without me killing him, can you withstand it? Without me carrying him, how are you going to kill him? If I don't kill him, you'll die. I run faster than him, and I can last longer than him. If someone has to die, it'll be you." Qin Fengqing glanced at him. Mother asterisk Kerr. He had already killed him. What was the point of fighting over this? As he was thinking, Fong Ping said, "His heart belongs to me." "MD," Qin Fengqing cursed. So this was what he wanted? "It belongs to you." Qin Fengqing was exceptionally easy to talk to this time. Very quickly, he said, "The few at the back are all yours. Hurry, I need time." The reason why he was so straightforward was because the rank 4 martial artists behind him had caught up. At this moment, under full outburst, one slash had almost depleted half of his vitality. His stamina and energy were exhausted. If Fong Ping did not attack, he could only run. He had to be careful of being caught up. Fong Ping took a look at his bloodied right arm and could not help but curse. If it was someone else, their right arm would have been crippled. Qin Fengqing, this bastard. Other than that powerful slash just now, he was practically a piece of trash. "I'll split the profits with you. You take advantage of me every time. I saved your worthless life, so your saber is mine." Fong Ping did not care if he agreed or not. That saber would be his, for 50 million. It would be mine sooner or later. Qin Fengqing gripped his saber, subconsciously. Mother asterisk Kerr, I haven't even had any ideas about this kid. And he's already eyeing my only valuable treasure? At this moment, Fong Ping also rushed out. His left hand clenched into a fist. He growled in a low voice. The blood-red glow on his fist was like a blaze. There were 4 rank 4 martial artists chasing after him, ranging from early stage to upper stage. Compared to Fong Ping, these people still cultivated middle-ranked combat techniques. Their physique and vitality were not as good as Fong Ping's. coupled with mentality intimidation. Fong Ping was like cutting melons. In less than 30 seconds, he had killed all 4 of them on the spot. Weakling, Fong Ping smashed the last person's head with a punch. He spat out a mouthful of bloody foam and said disdainfully, "You're not even as good as Little Chest Ling." At this moment, Qin Fengqing had also recovered some of his strength. As he searched the rank 5 powerhouse's body, he asked, "Who's little bro Lin?" "Ling Yi." "What?" Qin Fengqing was stunned. Fong Ping ignored him and began to collect the spoils. In less than a minute, all the spoils were placed in front of the 2 of them. 3 D-class quality weapons, less than 30 caddies. 5 energy hearts for rank 4, 1 rank 5. The 2 of them looked at each other, speechless. That was all. Qin Fengqing said in a low voice, "They just woke up at night. The things must have been left in that basilica." Fong Ping nodded slightly. Then he stuffed everything into his burlap sack naturally. Seeing this, Qin Fengqing gritted his teeth and said, "This is too much. I killed all the rank for 1s. The rank 5 one's heart is mine. Don't tell me everything is mine." Qin Fengqing said angrily, "No matter what, you have to give me some. I thought the rank 5 would at least have something." He did not expect that the other party did not bring anything. In the end, the 2 of them spent half a day and killed the other party. He did not get anything. Fong Ping pondered for a moment. He threw the 5 medals in front of him. "This is for you. You can sell it for money. There's also a rank 5 medal. It must be very valuable. Catacombs martial artists might not carry other things, but they would definitely wear medals. In the catacombs, this was a symbol of identity, status, and glory. Martial artists must wear medals." "I #%. Qin Fengqing scolded loudly. "Is this the only thing I'm getting?" Actually, medals were still very useful. They could be exchanged for military department points in the military department. Some people liked to collect them. Compared to the tangible benefits, this thing was not even worth mentioning. Qin Fengqing gritted his teeth and said, "At least give me a few rank for hearts. Otherwise, we'll disband." "Then we'll disband." Fong Ping looked indifferent. Qin Fengqing let out a humph. He did not waste any time and walked away. Similarly, Fong Ping did not waste any time either. He walked away. Both of them were going in the same direction. Qin Fengqing took a few steps and suddenly said, "Don't follow me. You should be the one following me." As he said that, Fong Ping said faintly, "Aren't you afraid that there's a rank 6 powerhouse inside?" The direction in which both of them were going was the valley just now. The herbs there had not been fully harvested. These rank 4 and 5 martial artists did not bring any cultivation materials. Needless to say, there would be a lot of good stuff in the main hall. Both of them wanted to disband. Obviously, they wanted to keep the benefits to themselves. Qin Fengqing said while walking, I guess there is. "Then don't go. I'll protect you." "No need." Both of them stopped. Qin Fengqing looked gloomy. He said, helplessly, "Together? All right." Fong Ping chuckled. Only then did he say, "I'm guessing there's probably no rank SSS inside. Otherwise, I think they'll come after us. After all, the alarm system has been destroyed. If you put yourself in their shoes and don't know how strong or weak the enemy is, if there's a rank SIXS at this time, will they just sit there and do nothing? If it were MCMU, if someone broke into the southern area, naturally, all the powerhouses would come out. With rank 6 and 7 powerhouses around, it would be unreasonable for a rank 5 to go after them." Qin Fengqing mumbled, "Maybe it's a rank 7. A rank 7 is arrogant. We're just little thieves. It's understandable that a rank 7 wouldn't chase after us." Just now, one of them said yes, and the other said no. Now, the tables were turned. However, the 2 of them didn't think much of it. It didn't matter whether it was or not. As long as there were benefits, it was fine. Moreover, Wolf Head Mountain was not considered a rich place. The energy concentration was not too high. Actually, both of them had deduced that rank 7 powerhouses would not settle down here. In that case, the level 5 who had hunted them before might be the strongest. If he was really unlucky and encountered a rank 6, he could just run. Right now, even if both of them joined forces, they would not be able to kill a rank 6. That was for sure. They might not be able to kill a peak rank 5 martial artist either. They still had to prevent themselves from being killed instead. Chapter 304. Puffed. Blood splattered. Fong Ping killed a rank 2 martial artist who rushed out with 1 slash. He asked doubtfully, "The middle ranks are all dead?" Both of them returned to the valley. Initially, they wanted to take advantage of the night to fool the powerhouses who stayed behind. In the end, other than a rank, for they met in the courtyard, which was quickly killed by both of them. The others were all low-ranked martial artists. These low-ranked martial artists could not see anything in the dark. Killing them was no more troublesome than cutting melons. Qin Fengqing grinned. "We deserve to be rich." He did not expect that there was only 1 rank 5 martial artist here. If he had known, he would not have come with Fong Ping. He should have cultivated for a while more and swallowed everything himself. "Are we going in?" At this moment, both of them were in the courtyard. They had not entered. Qin Fengqing thought for a while and said, "You go in and take a look first." Fong Ping did not utter a word. He turned around and continued to pull the herbs. Qin Fengqing was not slow either. He began to pull quickly, his clothes already bulging. "Your clothes, are they custom-made?" "Guess." "Catacombs creature's fur?" "Of course not. It's Earth's own technology." Qin Fengqing chuckled. In no time, both of them had cleaned up the herbs in the herb garden. They looked at the hall behind them again. Both of them looked at each other, nodded silently, and walked in together. Walking through the gate that was a few meters tall, a spacious hall greeted their eyes. The layout was similar to the meeting hall. At the center of the end was a stone throne that looked like a stone sculpture of a wolf's head. On both sides of the hall were more than 10 stone chairs. Some were carved with wolf heads, while others were carved with other catacombs creatures. Above the hall, an energy lamp was hanging. At this moment, the hall was not empty. 1 woman and 3 men. The woman was already middle-aged, standing straight at the side of the throne. The 3 men, on the other hand, looked sorrowful, holding weapons in their hands, blocking in front of the woman. "Who are you?" the middle-aged woman asked in the catacombs language. Although her expression was a little ugly, she was still calm. Both Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing looked at each other, saying nothing. "Catacombs?" the woman asked again. The first few words should be the name of a place or force, but Fong Ping did not understand. He had only learned the basic language, some common catacombs language. Things like place names were the most complicated. Moreover, the names of the 2 sides were different. Sometimes it was difficult to distinguish them. Fong Ping still did not make a sound, but in his heart, he deduced that this woman might have mistaken him for someone else. He and Qin Fengqing were still dressed as catacombs martial artists. These people were not strong, and the strong ones had been killed before. Right now, the 4 people in the concourse were all martial artists, but they were all in the lower 3 ranks. Previously, when Fong Ping and the others killed those martial artists, these people were not close enough to sense their vitality force. Seeing that the 2 of them did not answer, the woman sighed softly and said again, "If you kill me, Master will not let you off. Perhaps you want to disguise yourselves as the cultivators of the land of hope, so that Master will join the war?" Fong Ping made a half guess at what she meant. His heart skipped a beat. It seemed that it was a little troublesome. The old master that the woman mentioned was his guess. Perhaps it was her husband, or perhaps it was his master. Of course, it did not affect the meaning. Is old master the rank 5 from before? Fong Ping guessed in his heart, but he felt that it was unlikely. After all, with the two of them here, the probability of that person dying was very high. The woman would not have thought of it. If that was the case, it meant that the rank 5 martial artist was not the master of this place. When the woman said Land of Hope, Fong Ping understood because the word hope was transliterated from them. Disguising as a Hope City martial artist? No. Both of them were. However, what the woman meant was that someone would disguise as a Hope City martial artist and kill her, so that the master of this place would join the war for revenge? Or perhaps the master of this place had never thought of joining the war with Hope City before? Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing looked at each other. Qin Fengqing did not understand much, but he still understood a little. Seems like I've caused some trouble. Qin Fengqing opened his mouth and said something so softly that it was almost inaudible. A powerhouse who originally would not join the war seemed to be forced to join the war with Hope City because of the two of them. Rank 6? Fong Ping guessed. In the next moment, Fong Ping's eyes suddenly moved, and he said coldly, "Kill." Qin Fengqing did not hesitate at all. The two of them leaped into the air and killed the 3 people who blocked their way in an instant. The middle-aged woman's eyes showed a hint of despair, and she said loudly, "Master will avenge me, people of the Land of Hope." Puffed! Fong Ping's saber slashed down, and he snorted coldly, "How dare you play tricks with us?" This woman obviously knew where they came from, and said that on purpose. Maybe she wanted to take a gamble, betting that Fong Ping and the others did not guess that she already knew where they came from. Maybe, in order to create internal conflict in the catacombs, Fong Ping and the others might deliberately let her go. If he did not notice something strange, Fong Ping would really be fooled. After killing these people, Qin Fengqing said in a low voice, "There's still a master here." "Yes, what rank do you think?" "At least rank 6. After all, with a rank 5 subordinate, maybe." Qin Fengqing shook his head and did not continue. "Stop talking nonsense. While they're not here, quickly search, pack up, and leave." On the side of the throne in the hall, there were 2 doors that led to the backyard. Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing quickly collected the spoils of war from the people they killed, and then they rushed to the backyard. The backyard was dark, but there were a few rooms with lights on, and the doors were open. The backyard was silent. Fong Ping had just walked into the backyard when a soundless longsword appeared at the side of his throat instantly. Beside him, Qin Fengqing's Chongdao slashed quickly. In the darkness, a figure fell to the ground. "I saved your worthless life. Your saber and leather armor are mine." Qin Fengqing's face was full of pride. Fong Ping said impatiently, "Get lost. I'll let him kill me. He can't kill me." An upper stage rank 3 martial artist, an upper stage rank 3 in the catacombs, and not a human genius martial artist wanting to kill a middle stage rank for prodigy martial artist was impossible. Together or separately? Together. Qin Fengqing looked determined. Fong Ping frowned. Qin Fengqing humphed. "Your mentality is stronger than mine. You can find treasures more easily than me." Fong Ping was speechless. He ignored him and quickly rushed into a room with an open door. There was nothing special in the room. There was a wooden bed, a quilt made of animal fur, and a table. The rest were some daily necessities. Fong Ping checked, did not say anything, and turned to leave. This was obviously not a powerhouse's residence. Qin Fengqing did not linger and left with him. Soon, they arrived at the second room. Fong Ping searched for a while and found a few basic energy stones, not cultivation-aiding energy stones. Fong Ping frowned slightly. Qin Fengqing explained, "Cultivation-aiding energy stones are very precious. Not all catacombs martial artists will use energy stones to cultivate, because the energy is abundant. Many low-level martial artists rely on themselves to cultivate. Humans were not much different. The catacombs' low-level martial artists had a similar status as human society martial artists. However, society martial artists could also rely on themselves to earn some money to buy pills to help with cultivation. Catacombs martial artists could not count on the low-level martial artists. However, the catacombs' energy concentration was higher than on Earth. Here, even if low-level martial artists did not have energy stones to help with cultivation, their cultivation speed was still faster than humans. Fong Ping did not say much and continued to search the other rooms. At this moment, both of them were searching in order, from the outside to the inside. The powerhouses should be living further inside. As expected, as they went deeper, they finally found some good stuff. Cultivation-aiding energy stones, some medicinal herbs in wooden boxes, monster fur. Both of them did not even let go of the energy lamps, dismantling the energy stones inside. Actually, the whole thing was worth more, but it was not convenient to carry around. Fong Ping's gunny sack was now filled to the brim. Qin Fengqing stopped stuffing things into his clothes. Instead, he took out a cloth bag and hid it somewhere. After searching more than 10 rooms in a row, both of them came across items with higher energy levels. Whether they recognized it or not, they swept it clean. Until they reached the last room, Fong Ping pushed the door and entered. His gaze changed slightly. Qin Fengqing said in a low voice, "Maybe it's really rank 7. This was the master's room." Both of them had found the rank 5 powerhouses room earlier. However, the room's interior was simple. Other than some energy stones, there was nothing valuable. This room, however, was completely different. The biggest difference was that there was a separate bookcase. Yes, a bookcase. This was Fong Ping's first time seeing books in the catacombs. They were not made of paper, but books made of animal skin. There were a lot of them, at least 100. Qin Fengqing was low at first, then suddenly said, "These things are not worth much, but they have some research value. I'll take them first." "Get lost." Fong Ping scolded and said exasperatedly, "You think I'm stupid? Catacombs books are the most valuable. Sometimes they are comparable to cultivation-aiding energy stones. Equivalent. Books were the best medium to record a civilization. After fighting in the catacombs for many years, there were not many catacombs books seized. They were extremely rare. Some villages might not even find one book in an entire village. These things were very precious. Non-powerhouses would not have them. Powerhouses would not bring these things with them when they fought. Only by raiding powerhouses' lair could they hope to obtain them. Over the years, humans had actually seized some catacombs books, but not many. Those words and language experts were constantly deciphering them. However, because of the quantity, the deciphering progress was not fast. The more books there were, the more things recorded, and the faster the deciphering would be. The government, martial arts universities, and some large corporations would buy catacombs books at a high price. Of course, under normal circumstances, they would be sold to the government. Even if the large corporations bought them, they would only make a copy and hand over the original to the government. Fong Ping did not waste time talking to Qin Fengqing. He went forward and picked up an animal skin book on the desk. After reading for a while, he was dazzled. He learned the catacombs language, but only learned the language. He did not learn the characters. Not only him, but those experts might not even be able to distinguish which sentence corresponded to which character. The current catacombs language was the language used for daily communication. It originated from the forceful records of powerhouses. They lurked in some villages and listened to the catacombs' humans' conversations. Then they judged the meaning and provided it to the Research Institute for analysis. However, many catacombs books would be accompanied by pictures. This was also a great tool for research. The animal skin book in Fong Ping's hand was not thick. It was about 10 pages or so. After flipping through it briefly, there were not many wavy characters, but there were a few pictures. The drawings are so ugly. Fong Ping saw that one of the pictures was of a city. He shook his head. He dared to show off with this level of skill. How embarrassing. While he was judging, Qin Fengqing had already opened his bag and swept a large number of books into it. Fong Ping glanced at him and ignored him. If this guy did not share most of it with him, he would kill him. Moreover, the books were too heavy and inconvenient to carry. This might be the residence of a high-ranked powerhouse. Fong Ping began to release his mentality and began to explore. Very quickly, Fong Ping found some good stuff. There were a few cultivation-aiding energy stones and some jewelry that should be used by women. However, Fong Ping sensed that the metal used to forge the jewelry had a strong energy fluctuation. It might be a precious metal better than the metal used for weapons. After sneaking a glance at Qin Fengqing, Fong Ping quickly stuffed the things into the military bag in front of his chest. He stuffed things like the energy stones into this bag and stuffed the other big things into the gunny bag. As for Qin Fengqing, he had already started to dismantle the bookshelf. He realized that there were a few energy stones embedded in the bookshelf. At this time, he did not care if this bookshelf was more precious. Both of them destroyed everything in the house in a frenzy to create gorgeous energy lamps. Both of them did not care. They dismantled the energy stones, crumpled the metal lamp handle into a ball, and stuffed it into the bag. Qin Fengqing dismantled the metal structure of the gorgeous big bed. Fong Ping, on the other hand, took off the outer skin of the bedding. After destroying crazily for more than 10 minutes, the gunny bag and cloth bag in Qin Fengqing and Fong Ping's hands were stuffed to the brim. As for the medicinal herbs, both of them were not worried about damaging them. These medicinal herbs that contained energy were very tough. After they were done, both of them looked at each other and, with a tacit understanding, ran out quickly. This time, they did not know if they had raided a high-rank's lair. It was at least a rank 6 powerhouses lair. They did not find much of the energy stones. The other party might have taken them away or used them up. However, there were quite a lot of other things. Both of them came empty-handed. Now, when they went out, they were carrying large bags that weighed at least a few hundred caddies. As Qin Fengqing walked, he asked in a low voice, "Should we start a fire? Can you start a fire?" "I can't. Take out some energy stones and blow this place up, destroy the corpses, and get rid of the evidence." "You take it. I don't have much." "I don't have much either." Both of them stopped talking. Forget it. Destroying the corpses and getting rid of the evidence would not have much effect. They would not waste it. The other party was back. If they really wanted to investigate, they would definitely find some clues. After leaving the hall, Qin Fengqing turned back for a look and exhaled. "Are we going back now? What are we doing here if we don't go back? We're carrying so many things. If we had a storage ring, we could still continue. If we don't leave now and wait for the other party to come back, are we looking for death?" Makes sense. Chapter 305. Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing did not run for long before they knew that trouble was coming. It wasn't the master of the hall who had chased after him, but the ancient wolf beasts, a pack of ancient wolf beasts. "It's over." Qin Fengqing's expression changed drastically. So did Fong Ping. The two of them knew why these demonic beasts were chasing them. They were carrying too many things, and the energy was too abundant. At this moment, in the eyes of the monsters, the two of them were a small energy mine. If he didn't hunt them down, who would he hunt down? "What should we do?" Fong Ping asked. Qin Fengqing thought for a moment and said, "First, throw away some of the things." "Impossible." Qin Fengqing nodded in agreement. Yes, it was impossible. Second, split up and run together. The energy source is too dense. Who's taking a detour? If they split up, one of them would have to make a detour, and that would be risky. You, Qin Fengqing immediately said. Your vitality is stronger than mine, so you can run longer. I believe in you. Get lost. Fong Ping would not do such a thing. Was he stupid or not? If he got lost, where could he go to seek justice? Then what do you suggest we do? Let's run together. Whoever is unlucky will be left behind. Qin Fengqing almost cursed out loud. This place was still 300 to 400 miles away from Hope City. His qi and blood had not fully recovered, so there was no way he could run back in one go. The same could not be said for Fong Ping. At that time, he would fall behind looking at the hundreds of rank 4 and 5 ancient wolf beasts behind him. He could even faintly see the rank 6 leader. Qin Fengqing sped up and said hurriedly, Fong Ping, don't leave me behind. Let's go together. If you can't, carry me on your back. Dream on. Fong Ping was panting from running. He had spat out a whole basin of blood the whole night, and the injury on his right arm had not healed yet. He had also killed many martial artists. His vitality was fine, but his stamina was declining. Moreover, he had to carry a few hundred kilograms of weight. He would also be tired. Qin Fengqing gritted his teeth and immediately said, I'll give all the books to you. I don't want them. Okay? No. Fong Ping refused hurriedly. The books were too heavy. Qin Fengqing was carrying a huge pile of them. Now he was running much slower than before. Then I'll throw it away. Go ahead. Qin Fengqing's face was filled with reluctance. I won't throw it away. It's very valuable. Roar. The roars behind him were getting louder and louder. The pack of ancient wolf beasts was madly chasing after the two of them. In the eyes of these ancient wolf beasts, the temptation ahead was extremely great. They didn't dare to go to the valley before, but now that the ancient wolf didn't feel threatened, who else would it go after if not them? The roars of beasts filled the sky. At the same time, West Phoenix City, more than 100 miles away, City Lord residence. At this moment, it was as bright as day. The City Lord's mansion was holding a banquet. The City Lord of West Phoenix City sat in the center of the banquet hall of the City Lord mansion, his fiery red hair draped over his shoulders. He looked young, but his eyes were deep. The red-haired castellan lightly tapped the metal wine glass in his hand as he watched the people below him whisper to each other. Wine culture, even if the civilization was different, was universal at this moment. The sound of metal clanking could be heard, and the crowd below quietened down. Everyone, Monster Sunflower City and Monsterwood City, have invited Monster Phoenix City to form a 3-city coalition army to attack Hope City and open the passageway to enter the land of rebirth. Do you have any suggestions? Phoenix King, you mustn't. Below, an old powerhouse immediately said, Monsterwood City has been attacking Hope City for many years. They've also entered the land of rebirth before, but they didn't bring back the seed of rebirth. I suspect that the seed of rebirth is fake news. The red-haired castellan said slowly. This news came from the restricted area. That's news from the monster plant powerhouses in the restricted area. Our Monster Life clan has no news. The old man said, even if there's the seed of rebirth, the one who benefits is the Monster Plant clan. The Monster Plant clan has not only opened passageways in our 7 southern regions, but also in other regions. I suspect that it's not just for the seed of rebirth. There's another purpose that the other party hasn't revealed. Phoenix King, you mustn't join the Monster Plant clan without knowing the details. The red-haired castellan said lightly, I'm not joining the Monster Plant clan. I'm just discussing this with everyone. After saying that, the red-haired city master looked at one of the people below and said calmly, Commander Skywolf, you've been stationed at Skywolf Mountain all these years and have been in close contact with Monsterwood City. What do you think? A middle-aged martial art practitioner below raised his head upon hearing the words. He had long limbs and a fair, beardless face. His voice was slightly sharp as he said, King Feng, the allied forces of the 3 cities can be formed. Monsterwood City has suffered heavy losses this time. The 3 commanders of Tiger, Leopard, and Wolf have all died in battle. This subordinate believes that we can join forces with Monsterwood City and seize the opportunity to annex Monsterwood City. Someone said faintly, Commander Heavenly Wolf, if I remember correctly, the commander of Monsterwood City's wolf army is your younger brother. Now that you've asked the Phoenix King to join the Three Cities Alliance, what are your intentions? Hope City was not weak, and the Land of Rebirth still had top-notch powerhouses who had yet to show their faces. My Demon Phoenix City is not invincible in the 7 southern regions. Demonwood City has suffered countless casualties over the years. Do you want Demon Phoenix City to fall into the same quagmire of war? Venerable White Phoenix, I didn't mean that, Commander Tian Lang continued. This subordinate's heart is only for Demon Phoenix City. Then why did you stay in the Celestial Wolf Mountain for so long? As soon as Monsterwood City's alliance was announced, you came out of the mountains? I've been living in Celestial Wolf Mountain for a long time, and it's also the place where Monster Phoenix City is defending the barrier. The golden-horned beast king of the East has recently broken through to the Venerable Realm, and the golden-horned forest is constantly expanding. Returning to the city this time was just a coincidence. This subordinate's original intention was to come for the golden-horned beast king. The Phoenix King already knows about the golden-horned beast king's breakthrough. Even if we expand, Monsterwood City and Monster Sunflower City should be the ones anxious, not Monster Phoenix City. As everyone was talking, someone suddenly came in from outside the door to report that Celestial Wolf Mountain was roaring incessantly. There was a suspicious movement. Commander Tian Lang's expression changed slightly. He stood up and said, Phoenix King, this subordinate, the red-haired city master nodded slightly and said, Go. After Commander Tian Lang left in a hurry, the people below mocked, the heart of Celestial Wolf is no longer in Monster Phoenix City, but Monsterwood City. All these years, he's the commander of Monster Phoenix City in name, defending the barrier for me. In reality, Celestial Wolf Mountain is already Monsterwood City's territory. This time, the Celestial Wolf Mountain is the guest of the Three Cities Alliance. The red-haired city master did not say anything. He only said softly, There's a strange movement in Celestial Wolf Mountain. What's the strange movement? As the red-haired city master spoke, he muttered, Could it be that the golden-horned beast king has come out of the forest? The people below discussed for a while, but they did not take it too seriously. If Celestial Wolf was really killed by the golden-horned beast king, then it deserved it. Who asked this fellow to want to clear the golden-horned forest for the sake of Monsterwood City's expansion? When Celestial Wolf said that it came back to report about the golden-horned beast king, everyone believed it too. This was because the golden-horned beast king had broken through to the Venerable Realm, and it was very likely that it would take revenge on Celestial Wolf. Now that Monsterwood City had suffered heavy losses, and Celestial Wolf's younger brother had died in battle, Celestial Wolf could only return to Monster Phoenix City to ask for help. The Land of Rebirth, the Phoenix King murmured. He did not say anything else. He drank the wine in his cup in one gulp and fell into silence. At the same time, Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing were running so fast that their tongues were almost hanging out. Mother asterisk cur, these wolfhounds are crazy, Qin Fengqing cursed. Then his figure flickered, avoiding the pounce of the ancient wolf beasts behind him. Panting heavily, he roared, Fong Ping, wait for me. Fong Ping, who was more than 10 meters ahead, was also panting. Without turning his head, he said loudly, Qin Fengqing, you suffer a little. Give them some meat. I'll erect a monument for you when I go back. Do you still have any humanity left? None. Fong Ping panted continuously. There's such a big commotion. If we can't return to Hope City now, we'll just wait for death. At this moment, the two of them were not only guarding against the ancient wolf beasts behind them. In front of them, there were also monsters participating in the pursuit from time to time, from other places. Large amounts of medicinal herbs, metals, and energy stones were gathered. The two of them did not have any way of concealing it. The energy fluctuations were very strong. The catacombs martial artists might not be able to sense it, but these monsters were very sensitive to this. In the past, when they were at Celestial Wolf Mountain, these monsters dared not go there. The powerhouse's territory was not to be invaded. Monsters understood this better than humans. Now, however, these two weaklings were running away with these things. It would be strange if they did not chase after them. How much further? Qin Fengqing really could not run anymore. The big bag on his back seemed to be getting heavier and heavier, pressing down on him until he could not breathe. Fang Ping estimated and replied, "It's still far. We ran a little off course, at least another 200 li or more." So far, Qin Fengqing only cared about running with Fang Ping. He really did not have a concept. When he heard that, he immediately howled sorrowfully, "Carry me for a while. I'll carry you again when I recover." You can howl with such vigor, as if I'll believe you. Fang Ping did not believe this guy. If he really could not run anymore, he would have abandoned the big bag on his back long ago. He would not have the time to talk nonsense with him. As they ran, in the sky above Wolf Head Mountain, which had long been left behind, a violent energy fluctuation suddenly came. At this moment, the two of them were already more than 100 li away from Wolf Head Mountain. When he felt the weak energy fluctuation, Fang Ping was slightly suspicious. Where did the energy fluctuation come from? The feeling was very weak. Fang Ping did not think too much of it. He would run first. As for Qin Fengqing, he would not die. At least for now, this guy could still hold on for a while. After running another 40 to 50 li, Qin Fengqing seemed to really be unable to take it anymore. He shouted dispiritedly, "Carry me for a while." Fang Ping turned his head to take a look. At this moment, it was not just the ancient wolf that was chasing after them, but hundreds of monsters of various shapes and sizes. There were horse monsters that looked like horses. There were gorillas that ran on two legs. In the sky, there were even some flying monsters. However, they were not big, and their energy fluctuations were not strong. Fang Ping did not pay much attention to them. "Hold on for a while more. We're at most 150 li away from Hope City. I can't anymore." Fang Ping saw that he really looked like he could not go on anymore. He immediately said, "Give me 50% of your gains." Qin Fengqing did not say a word. He continued to run like mad. "Even if I run to my death, I won't pay for your life." Fang Ping saw that he was full of energy and ran at lightning speed. He cursed silently. "You still want to asterisk king fool me?" As he ran, Fang Ping seemed to see something out of the ordinary. "Hey!" Qin Fengqing ignored him. "Qin Fengqing." Fang Ping's expression changed. He shouted, "Look in front." Qin Fengqing's face was pale. He lifted his head to take a look and said weakly, "What? This forest, doesn't it look a little familiar?" "You're crazy." Qin Fengqing cursed. "Were all forests not like this? Familiar? Had he been here before?" Soon, however, Qin Fengqing suddenly said, "Which direction are we running in?" "Southeast, but slightly to the east." "Southeast?" "East. Then Hope City is slightly to the side from Sky Gate City. This way, 150 li from Hope City. Is there a forest?" Qin Fengqing was still quite familiar with this area. Soon, Qin Fengqing exclaimed in surprise, "Jiao's forest. If that's the case, it's not 150 li at all. At most, it's less than 130 li. Fang Ping's expression changed. Jiao's forest was here? What a joke. The last time he ran around, he did not run all over the Jiao's forest, but he had at least run around it. Over here, Fang Ping turned his head to look. In the darkness, he could still vaguely see a trace of Wolf Head Mountain. He did not see a mountain in Jiao's forest last time, did he? Or was it because he was too weak last time and could not see clearly? Are you sure it's only 130 li? At most. Qin Fengqin gave a definite answer. Fong Ping shook his head. That meant he had calculated the distance wrong. According to his estimation, there was at least 150 li left. Of course, the difference was not huge, at least for them. However, the closer they were to Hope City, the better. Fong Ping thought for a while and said suddenly, "Don't go into the forest. Run around it." "Nonsense. There's a Jiao in Jiao's forest. Of course I won't go in." Qin Fengqin did not even think about it. He would only run in that direction if he was an idiot. Fong Ping breathed a sigh of relief. That Jiao was a sly old fox. He had slipped away last time. If he met it again, as he thought about it, Fong Ping suddenly looked at Qin Fengqin. If he really met it and said that Qin Fengqin was the breakfast he had prepared for it, would the Jiao believe him? It should believe me, right? Qin Fengqin is of good quality. His vitality is pure. Fong Ping's thoughts ran wild. If he really met the Jiao, should he do this? Soon, however, Fong Ping shook his head frantically. It was not that he could not do it, but he should not meet it. He had run away last time. The Jiao might not believe him this time. If it turned back to feed him, he might as well be swallowed in one bite. Just as Fong Ping and the others were running around the forest. In the Jiao's forest, the golden-horned beast that had been crouching had now left its original spot and was wandering around the Jiao's forest. From time to time, some energy would gush out of its golden horn and be injected into some of the short trees on the periphery. Those trees were also growing at a speed visible to the naked eye. The Jiao's forest was expanding. As if its energy had been depleted, the Jiao was hungry. It turned its head and absorbed the vitality and energy of a tiger-like creature that was crouching behind it, either in fear or under pressure. Soon, the tiger-shaped demon beast became dry jerky. The Jiao clicked its tongue, obviously not satisfied. These stupid, low-level monsters would never voluntarily offer their vitality and energy for it to absorb. Not only was it wasteful to absorb it by force, it did not taste good either. Moreover, it had almost finished eating all the monsters in the Jiao's forest. This would be its last meal in the near future. At this moment, the Jiao was starting to miss that human. Humans were still intelligent enough. Not only would they voluntarily offer their vitality and energy to it, they would even prepare food for it, so that it would not have to look for them everywhere. Unfortunately, that human was gone. A hint of regret flashed across the Jiao's big eyes. Then, it suddenly felt a little puzzled. It twisted its millstone-sized head and looked into the distance. Chapter 306. Outside the Jiao's forest, Qin Fengqin could not take it anymore. He ran for hundreds of miles, chased by countless middle-ranked beasts. His days were miserable. Fong Ping, nothing good comes out of following you on a mission. Fong Ping's face was pale, getting paler by the second. You'll realize that you'll suffer even more. Fong Ping pulled a long face and said pessimistically and hopelessly, "Don't you feel anything?" "What?" The beast stopped. Fong Ping roared, "F***CK, you're so smart. Didn't you notice? We're dead." "No, you're dead." Fong Ping made up his mind. Qin Fengqin was the breakfast he prepared for the Jiao. No, there were so many beasts behind him. They had brought a lot of breakfast for the Jiao this time. If Qin Fengqin was lucky, he might become the Jiao's chef like himself. Qin Fengqin's brain was suffocating from running. He could not react for a while. He looked back and was overjoyed. "I'm not chasing anymore." Fong Ping's face was as white as a sheet. He ran like crazy, growling, "Idiot! The Jiao is out. F***CK. Qin Fengqin woke up instantly. High-ranked creature. That was right. Otherwise, the middle-ranked creatures would not have stopped. Roar. A loud roar rang out. Fong Ping's face was completely pale. Qin Fengqing's face was stiff too. I've met my jinx. Fong Ping was the biggest jinx. He entered the catacombs as if he was in his own backyard. The last time he came in with Wang Jinyang, the one who was seriously injured was Wang Jinyang. He was fine, but now he was really done for. Fong Ping, are we still running? Both of them had already felt an extremely powerful aura. The beasts behind them were pressed to the ground one by one. Some middle-ranked beasts tried to run, but were crushed into mincemeat. Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing were not suppressed by the mentality, but they felt the invisible pressure. Should they run? Would they anger the Jiao if they ran now? In the darkness of the night, the Jiao slowly walked over, its golden armor glistening in the dark. Qin Fengqing's legs were stiff and weak. He stopped slowly because he felt the gaze and pressure from the void. Fong Ping, who was running silently, also stopped. Jiao, Qin Fengqing twisted his stiff neck and said dryly, "The two of us are doomed just like that." If he encountered a high-ranked creature, it would be strange if he did not die. There was no way he could outrun them. Fong Ping's expression was solemn. He said in a low voice, "Don't talk. Also, if you survive this time, all the loot will be mine." "I'm about to die, and you're still thinking about this." Qin Fengqing looked like he was about to cry. "Why were you still thinking about this at a time like this? This Jiao doesn't seem to be a mere 7th-ranked beast." It was not that they had never seen a rank 7 powerhouse before, but the pressure they brought was completely different. Fong Ping felt it too. He also noticed the changes in the Jiao. It had grown bigger, and its outer shell had shone brighter, at least rank 8. Fong Ping deduced that the Jiao was indeed evolving last time. Fong Ping did not continue chatting with Qin Fengqing. As soon as he saw Jiao, he shouted, "King Jiao, I've gone a little further this time. I've brought you a lot of food. Please enjoy." As Fong Ping spoke, he hurriedly pointed at the hundreds of middle-ranked monsters beside him. "So many. Now that you're full, you won't miss me anymore, will you?" The Jiao's huge eyes showed a hint of suspicion. Fong Ping hurriedly shouted, "So many. Also, I'll bring you a few hundred more next time. You'll be able to eat for many days." Qin Fengqing was dumbfounded. What was going on? Fong Ping ignored him. After some thought, he turned to look at Qin Fengqing and shouted, "Where are the energy stones?" "What? Take them out. Hurry up. If you want to live, then don't talk nonsense." Although Qin Fengqing was not sure what was going on, he could only listen to Fong Ping. He was afraid of dying too. From his waist bag, he reluctantly took out some energy stones. Fong Ping snatched them and threw them at the Jiao with a grin. The Jiao swallowed them in one gulp. Seeing that, Fong Ping turned and said, "Give me some medicinal herbs." "Oh, you yourself? Hurry up." Qin Fengqing was helpless. "You have your own. Why do you keep asking for mine?" Still, it was the same old saying. When under someone else's roof, one had to bow. He fished out some medicinal herbs again. Fong Ping took them and raised them in his hand, smiling. "King Jiao, do you want to eat this?" Naturally, the Jiao could not speak. However, after taking a look at the medicinal herbs, it did not show much interest. Instead, it looked at Fong Ping excitedly. Fong Ping cursed in his heart. "Mother asterisk cur, there are hundreds of monsters here. Why are you staring at me?" But Fong Ping knew what the Jiao was going to do. He condensed a stream of vitality in his hand. This time, he did not need the Jiao to swallow it. Fong Ping threw it at it directly. The Jiao swallowed it in one gulp. Its eyes showed satisfaction, and it continued to look at Fong Ping. Fong Ping had no choice but to condense another stream of vitality and throw it over. The Jiao swallowed it again. Qin Fengqing was dumbfounded. What was going on? This worked too. If that was the case, the next time he encountered a high-rank creature, he could also escape like this? Qin Fengqing's eyes darted around wildly. Fong Ping had his back to him, so he did not see it. If he had seen it, Fong Ping would have to send him a message. Have a safe journey. If Fong Ping could not continuously replenish his vitality, he would have been swallowed alive by the Jiao last time. Would he still be alive now? After feeding it 7 or 8 times, Fong Ping was getting anxious. Mother of asterisk cur. How much do you want to eat? The Jiao was really hungry. These days, it had been constantly expanding the Jiao's forest, which consumed too much energy. As for why it did not eat monsters, nonsense. With a chef around, who would cook for themselves, the pure vitality that Fong Ping fed to its mouth was, of course, much better than swallowing it by force. When he entered the catacombs, Fong Ping's wealth was 85 million. However, it had not even been a day since he entered the catacombs. Right now, Fong Ping's wealth was being depleted at an alarming rate. Previously, when he fought with the rank 5 martial artist, he had used up more than 1 million. After that, he had used up more than 2 million on his mad dash. Now that he was feeding the Jiao, he had used up almost 1 million, and it was still going down at a rate visible to the naked eye. 80 million, 79 million when it reached around 75 million. The Jiao seemed to be full and closed its mouth in satisfaction. Comfortable. The Jiao did not speak, but from its eyes and body language, Fong Ping could tell what it meant. Qin Fengqin was much more at ease now. He whispered, "Can we go now?" Fong Ping rolled his eyes at him. "You're just waiting for your death. Go. Where are you going?" Mother of asterisk cur. He had purposely bypassed the Jiao's forest this time, and this guy had even brought him here. Fong Ping had already forgotten that it was actually he who had come here. Qin Fengqin had actually taken quite a number of pills along the way, and now his vitality was slowly recovering. Seeing this, Fong Ping looked at the Jiao and whispered, "It might be telling me to go, and you to stay. Qin Fengqin, why don't you try staying? I should be fine if I go." Qin Fengqin's face turned green. "I'll go to Hope City and do that thing. You just need to feed it some vitality." The King Jiao is very easy to talk to. Qin Fengqin gritted his teeth. "I'll go first. Why don't you try leaving?" Fong Ping sneered and said disdainfully, "I've already fed the King Jiao. It didn't eat you. If you leave now, it'll eat you immediately." Then we'll just wait and do nothing?" "Yes, wait. When it's hungry, I'll feed it. I'll feed it until we're all out of vitality, and then it'll swallow us." Fong Ping's face was bitter. He had tried to shift his feet just now, but the Jiao's big eyes had glared at him. He was a little afraid. It had been 3 months since he left and did not return. 3 months! He had not returned for so long. If the Jiao was intelligent, it might have guessed that he had run away. What should I do? Fong Ping calculated in his heart. This time, it might not be easy to escape. Will our rank 9 powerhouses come here? Fong Ping asked in a low voice. Qin Fengqin's face was full of dejection. He said in a low voice, "Who would come here for nothing? Looking for a fight? Then we're really done for." At this moment, at the Jiao's place, Fong Ping's belongings had not been converted into wealth. He only had this much wealth. At most, he would be swallowed after 3 to 5 days. The Jiao's appetite was getting bigger and bigger. In the past, he did not need so much to feed it. Now he had fed it 6 to 7 million wealth. How long had it been? He had already eaten 6 to 7,000 cal of vitality. If it ate 3 meals a day, that would be terrifying. Fong Ping was panicking when the Jiao suddenly turned its head to look into the distance. At this moment, the sky brightened. The night turned into day in an instant. When the sky brightened, Fong Ping and Qin Fengqin could see more clearly. In the distance, there seemed to be a figure in the air. No, there was really someone. In the next moment, both of them felt intense energy fluctuations. Perhaps the Jiao had restrained its aura, or perhaps the other party was so exasperated that it did not care about this. At this moment, the energy fluctuations emitted were somewhat unrestrained. "Grandmaster," Fong Ping was puzzled. Qin Fengqing frowned. Doesn't seem like it. Catacombs high ranks? It was actually very difficult to distinguish the aura of a grandmaster from a high rank. Everyone was a high-ranked powerhouse. Grandmaster was just an honorific title for humans. However, human powerhouses would not be too ostentatious in the catacombs. Unless it was a great war, human powerhouses would still keep a low profile if they emitted their aura so unscrupulously. The Jiao seemed to be distinguishing something. In the next moment, a hint of anger appeared in the Jiao's eyes. It was intelligent. It remembered Fong Ping's aura. It also remembered the person's aura. Back then, when it was still a rank 7, Skygate City and Hope City were at war. Skygate City felt that the Jiao's forest was a hindrance. When the army passed through, they had to take a detour. It was also easy to be ambushed by human powerhouses. Therefore, Skygate City was prepared to wipe out the Jiao's forest, including the Jiao. Skygate City had rank 7, 8, and 9. They were not afraid of the Jiao. The person in charge of this was the Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief, a rank 8 powerhouse. Although the Sky Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief was his elder brother, his ability was slightly weaker. When they were wiping out the Jiao's forest, the Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief invited his elder brother to hold the line. Both of them came to the Jiao's forest together. As for the result, although the Jiao was only a rank 7, it was extremely powerful. The Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief was only on par with it. After that, the two brothers besieged the Jiao, but could not kill it completely. The Sky Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief was almost killed. At that time, the powerhouses in Hope City also felt the Great War's aura. Some powerhouses came to check the situation, worried that human powerhouses would ambush them. They finally gave up on the idea of wiping out the Jiao's forest. However, this did not mean that the Jiao would not hold a grudge. Beasts were the most vengeful. In the last war between the two cities, Skygate City had 3 commander-in-chief. The Tiger Battalion's commander-in-chief died in battle. Initially, they were prepared to kill the Leopard Battalion's commander-in-chief. In the end, they found out later that the Leopard Battalion's commander-in-chief was responsible for guarding the place. The one who came was the Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief. Of course, the one who died was the commander-in-chief of the Wolf Battalion. After the Jiao broke through to rank 8, it originally had the intention of revenge. However, after wandering around Skygate City, it did not sense any aura. In addition, the Skygate City's city lord was in a state of rage and almost went out of the city to fight it. The Jiao could only retreat. It did not expect that one of its enemies would come knocking on its door today. In the next moment, the Jiao's aura skyrocketed. With a furious roar, it soared into the sky, directly killing the Sky Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief who was chasing it, Golden-Horned Beast King. In midair, the Sky Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief also noticed the Jiao. He also roared, extremely furious. That was because he also saw the 2 people on the ground. Golden-Horned Beast King colluded with the martial artists of the Land of Hope to kill its own wife. The Sky Wolf Battalion's commander-in-chief could not help but think like this. However, he quickly changed his mind. It provoked me on purpose to lure me here? He could not help but doubt it. How powerful was the Golden-Horned Beast King? Rank 8 Venerable. How could such a powerful Beast King not be able to kill 2 middle-ranked martial artists? However, he saw the 2 living people below him. Of all places, the Golden-Horned Beast King had appeared here. Although this place was already covered by the Golden-Horn Forest, the forest was so big. Why would the Golden-Horned Beast King appear here coincidentally? A myriad of thoughts ran through his mind, but at this moment, he had no choice but to fight. The Golden-Horned Beast King was charging toward him aggressively. If he ran now, it would be bad. This place was not far from Skygate City. If they fought, the Skygate City Lord could come to his aid very quickly. Boom! In midair, a loud noise rang out in an instant. A man and a beast had fought. Below, Fong Ping was stunned for a moment. Then he gulped, tilted his head, and said, "Take a guess. Is he here to kill us?" Qin Fengqing's face was deathly pale. He whispered, "It looks like it. The way he looks at us is so scary." So, the valley is his home. The two of them exchanged glances. In the next second, Fong Ping turned around and fled frantically. Motherf * Cur. There was no way he could live. He was a mere rank 4. It was bad enough that he had been targeted by the Jiao. Now, he had even raided a high-ranked powerhouse's lair and killed his mistress, who he did not know was his wife or concubine. It would be weird if he did not kill him. Qin Fengqing did not need him to tell him. He was also desperately stuffing pills into his mouth. Run! This was the most exciting time he had ever been in the catacombs. In such a short time, he had encountered 2 high ranks, and they were not humans either. One had his house raided and his family exterminated, and the other was a high-ranked monster. He could brag about it for the rest of his life if he did not die. Fong Ping's thoughts were similar. If I make it back alive, I can brag about becoming a grandmaster. How many martial artists could survive after encountering a rank 8 Jiao and a high-ranked catacombs martial artist? Qin Fengqing, if I make it back alive, don't do missions with me. In your next life. Same. Qin Fengqing growled, panting. I've been in the catacombs so many times. None of them are like this. I've been in here for a day. Half of the day has been spent running. Running from night to dawn. How miserable. Magic City Catacombs. I can't come back again. The same thought emerged in both of their minds. Magic City Catacombs was now terrifyingly dangerous. If both of them went out, they might be targeted. King Jiao, kill him. Kill him and build a monument for you. Fong Ping turned his head and roared. Qin Fengqing's face turned purple. Motherf * Cur. You're still yelling at a time like this. What if the Jiao puts down its opponent and goes after them? Fong Ping did not care about that. He roared again. I'll go find you something to eat. Next time, I'll find a rank 9 for you to eat. Shut up, Qin Fengqing cursed. Was this bastard trying to get him killed? Fong Ping did not care about him. Nonsense. If I don't greet him, I won't even have an excuse if I'm unlucky next time. At least I ran after greeting him. Half an hour later, Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing cried tears of joy. Hope City was already in sight. Chapter 307. As he neared Hope City, Fong Ping could already see a large group of powerhouses hovering in the air at the city gates. Obviously, the battle between the 2 high-ranked powerhouses in the distance had attracted the attention of Hope City. When rank 7 and rank 8 powerhouses fought, Fong Ping and the others might not be able to sense it because they were too far away, but Grandmaster powerhouses could still sense it. A Grandmaster powerhouse's mentality could be released externally, but the coverage was not too wide. If they were to engage in a real battle, a rank 7 powerhouse's mentality might only be able to cover 30 to 50 meters. However, these experts could sense energy fluctuations from extremely far away. The 2 high ranks battled, and the energy fluctuations were intense. The powerhouses guarding Hope City had already sensed it. 300 to 500 meters away from Hope City, Fong Ping suddenly roared, "Good news! MCMU Martial Arts Society's Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing lured the catacombs powerhouses into the Jiao's forest to kill the high ranks." The entire city was silent. In the sky above the City of Hope, Su Mafu glanced at a chubby old man beside him. After a while, he said, MCMU is indeed full of talented people. The word talent was especially emphasized. The chubby-faced old man chuckled. You're a talent. So, It's the Jiao fighting the enemy's high ranks up ahead. Before Su Mafu could say anything, a figure flashed and appeared in front of everyone. It's the Jiao's aura. It's gotten stronger. The one who spoke was also an old man. His hair was white, and his expression was slightly dark. Rank 8. Jiao has broken through. No wonder Jiao's forest has been showing signs of expansion recently. A rank 8 Jiao, rank 8 Golden Body Realm. Beast Golden Body Realm. That was incomparably powerful. If a human rank 8 were to really fight a rank 8 beast, he would most likely lose. With that, the old man frowned and said, "What a pity. It was a pity that Jiao was not on the human side. Otherwise, the elder would have joined the battle and killed the catacombs powerhouse that Jiao was entangling." However, when beasts and catacombs powerhouses fought, human powerhouses did not dare to barge in recklessly. If he had barged in, he might have incurred the hostility of both parties. In the end, not only would he not have been able to kill the catacombs powerhouse, but he would have been killed by the Jiao, and the other party instead. The old man felt regretful for a moment, then looked at the fat-faced old man and said, "How did these two brats get together?" Most of the catacombs' permanent powerhouses had heard of Qin Fengqing's famous name. Fong Ping was no exception. The last time he came, he was hunted down by a rank 6 powerhouse bringing back news that East Sunflower City had deployed troops. As the powerhouses overseeing the catacombs, he knew about these two people. The chubby-faced old man was a peak rank 6 powerhouse from MCMU overseeing the catacombs. He chuckled and said, "Old Co, we're all MCMU students. Isn't it normal for us to go out together? How can you call it mixing together?" The old man could not help but laugh. Su Mafu, who was beside him, also felt a headache coming on. "Don't you know what's going on?" Both of them were already rank 3 and feared nothing but chaos. Now that they've stepped into rank 4, they've only been here for a day. How did they provoke 2 high ranks? He had only entered the catacombs yesterday. It hadn't even been a day. What was the result? In the end, 2 high ranks were fighting in front of them. The chubby old man did not think much of it and said with a smile, "Isn't that a good thing? This proves that MCMU students are capable. Let's see, this time, whether the Jiao kills that person or that person kills the Jiao. Is there any loss for us? It would be a good thing if one or all of them died." The existence of the Jiao was also a threat to Hope City. The distance between both parties was too close. The Jiao's forest was only 100 li away from Hope City in a straight line. For a high-ranked powerhouse, they might be able to reach it in 10 minutes or so. Such an existence was a scourge. However, the Jiao had not left the Jiao's forest. Hope City was not willing to hastily fight a high-ranked beast king just because of a little potential threat. This would make it easy for Skygate City to take advantage of the situation. The old man with the surname Ko chuckled. "It's a good thing, but it's better to take it easy. They're still so young." The two of them scourging the catacombs, martial artists, and monsters was a good thing for humanity. Both of them, however, were good seedlings. If nothing went wrong, both of them had more than a 50% chance of stepping into Grandmaster level. If such good seedlings were to fall in the middle ranks, it would be a loss for humanity. The chubby old man nodded when he heard that. Actually, the school did not have any requirements for them when they entered the middle ranks, but both of them insisted on going out. We couldn't stop them. As for getting someone to protect them, the chubby old man shook his head. This was almost impossible. Both of them were not weak. Who would protect them? They would have to be, at least, Grandmaster level powerhouses. Grandmasters were humanity's strategic weapons. Even if they could, they would have to guard against the Grandmaster's death. Fong Ping and Qin Haodong were fine. Just like this time, the battle between the high ranks had nothing to do with them. However, if a human Grandmaster followed them, it would be a problem. If the Jiao encountered them, it would probably start a fight with the human grandmasters immediately. The old man with the surname Ko sighed softly when he heard that. Human prodigies still had to rely on themselves to hone themselves. However, this was good. Powerhouses who had walked out of a bloodbath were the ultimate powerhouses. Looking down at the two of them, he hoped that these two kids could go further. In front of Hope City's gate, Fong Ping was still yelling, "Victory!" MCMU Fong Ping killed a high rank. Qin Fengqing's face darkened. Why was he not mentioned anymore? On the city wall, a group of people looked at each other. After a while, someone said helplessly, "Really? Kill a high rank? I'm afraid these two kids got into trouble outside. Don't tell me they were chased by a high-rank powerhouse and the trouble was led to the Jiao's forest?" As soon as this was said, everyone believed it a little. Many people did not know whether to laugh or cry. Someone said softly, "Could it be that these two guys robbed a high-rank's lair? Look at how many things they brought back." At this time, everyone realized that both of them were carrying huge bags. "Open the city gate." One of the military department powerhouses on the city walls had just said to open the city gates when someone coughed softly and said, "Ahem, that these two fellows are wearing the attire of catacombs martial artists. Should we take our revenge?" In the crowd, someone said, "That's not a good idea." "Is it? What's there to be afraid of? Beat them up. After beating them up, say that you didn't recognize them." That Qin Fengqing beat my son until he couldn't wake up for half a month last year. This kid Fong Ping insisted that my second son pay 30 million. Otherwise, he would send my rank 2 nephew into the catacombs. Everyone calm down. That person from MCMAU is still here. Cough, cough, don't worry. Old Zhang has a niece who also got 20 million apportioned. It'll be fine. Really? Of course. Then, outside the city gate, Fong Ping shouted for a while. He panted and said softly, "Say, do you think they'll reward us with something this time? Scheming to kill a high rank is a great achievement. You're thinking too much." Qin Fengqing pursed his lips and replied, "The military department is stingy to death. Unless that person is really killed, maybe they'll consider rewarding us. Otherwise, don't even think about it." Sigh. So stingy. Yes, stingy. Qin Fengqing and Fong Ping reached a consensus again. Both of them had gone through a lot of trouble and finally lured a high rank to fight with Jiao. If the military department did not reward them, it would not make sense. Who would dare to take the risk and contribute in the future? As they were chatting, the city gate opened. 7 or 8 middle-ranked powerhouses walked out. The leader seemed to have just noticed Fong Ping and the others. He suddenly exclaimed, "The catacombs martial artists have killed their way to the city. Brothers, capture the enemy." As soon as he said that, Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing were stunned. Then he looked at the powerhouses who were rubbing their palms and harboring evil intentions. Fong Ping suddenly realized something. He turned his head and glanced at Qin Fengqing. He gritted his teeth and said, "Your enemies?" Qin Fengqing was at a loss. He said confusedly, "I don't remember." "Who knows? Qin Fengqing, have offended too many people in my life. Who would remember this?" Seeing that they did not carry any weapons, Fong Ping could guess what these fellows wanted to do. He shouted immediately, "Revenge is revenge. Qin Fengqing and I are not on the same side." Having said that, Fong Ping pulled away from Qin Fengqing. He turned sideways and was about to pass the group of people to enter the city. In the end, among the crowd, 3 people walked over and stared at Fong Ping with a grin. Fong Ping seemed to have just realized that he actually had enemies too. Just as the 3 people in front of him were laughing maliciously, Fong Ping suddenly spat out a mouthful of blood and fell to the ground instantly. He pointed at them and said with difficulty, You guys actually attacked a hero of humanity." Having said that, Fong Ping's head tilted to one side. Blood flowed from his mouth. Everyone was dumbfounded. Mother asterisk cur. Where was this? You should at least wait for us to make a move before falling to the ground. In midair, the fat old man landed on the ground instantly. He glanced at Fong Ping, who was still pretending to be dead. The corner of his mouth twitched. After a while, he said, "Get up, 100 million for recuperation fees." Fong Ping resurrected instantly and began to extort money. "Get up." The fat old man was about to break down. "You are F asterisk king extorting us so blatantly. 50 million, or else I'll report them to the military department, saying that they murdered their compatriots, robbed their comrades, colluded with evil sects and the catacombs." The few middle-ranked powerhouses who had just walked out of the city were dumbfounded. Fong Ping did not get up now. He panted and said, "At least 30 million, or else this won't be over. Not only did you guys beat up Qin Fengqing, but you also wanted to attack me. I was shocked. I was already chased by high-ranked powerhouses all the way. My essence, spirit, and spirit were all depleted. You guys almost shattered my internal organs. Everyone saw it. I vomited so much blood. In front of so many people, you guys actually framed me as a catacombs martial artist. Not only did my reputation get tarnished, but you also attacked me secretly. Don't think that I don't know who you guys are. I'll find out later. When I find out, I'll call the 3 high grandmasters of MCMU and my instructor to ask for an explanation." Everyone's faces turned purple. The fat old man's head was as big as a cow's. After a while, the fat old man tilted his head and said, "Compensate? Ha!" The few of them were stunned. "What ha? Compensate? What else can we do? Your brains must be flooded with water. What are you thinking? How dare you trick these 2 brats?" The few middle-ranked powerhouses looked at each other. After a while, the leader said weakly, "Compensate." The others were speechless as they looked up at the sky. What kind of person was this? Qin Fengqing, who had been forgotten by everyone, seemed to have come to his senses at this time. He shouted immediately, "I want 50 million too. No, at least 30 million. Everyone looked at him with contempt. No one paid him any attention and returned to the city. Qin Fengqing was dumbfounded. He scolded, "Why should I compensate him? Where's mine? Am I easier to bully?" At this moment, Fong Ping, who was beside him, leaped up agilely. He patted the dirt off his body and said scornfully, "Idiot, you didn't vomit blood, and you didn't fall to the ground. You're just following the crowd. You're not professional at all. Who cares about you? Oh, right, you were hunted down last time. Check it out. Maybe it was your enemy who did it on purpose. Idiot, you deserve to be beaten up." Qin Fengqing was completely speechless. After a while, he mumbled, "You earned 30 million? Yes. You only fell to the ground for a short while? Yes. Is it so easy to earn money now? 7 or 8 middle-ranked martial artists. Less than 5 million per person. That's nothing. If a grandmaster comes this time, then I can extort a big sum. If I don't have 500 million, I'll lie down until a rank 9 makes the decision. I'll do the same next time. Then be careful. Do it when there are more people. If there are fewer people, be careful that you'll be silenced." Nonsense. Of course I know that. The 2 of them talked as if there was no one else around. After a while, a set of extortion plans for middle-ranked and high-ranked powerhouses came out. The fat old man listened with a dark expression. What was wrong with MCMU? Madare. The grandmaster with the surname Ko could not help but rub his temples. After a while, he said, "Later, let them go to the conference hall and talk about the situation this time. Also, next time, don't provoke them for no reason. Young people nowadays are not to be trifled with." The old man with the surname Ko said it with a helpless expression. Su Mafu and the others did not know whether to laugh or cry. It was not that young people were not to be trifled with. It was that these 2 fellows. No, This Fong Ping fellow was not to be trifled with. If it was someone else, they would not have the nerve to do something like this. But this fellow did it. He pretended to be injured in front of hundreds of people. What could they do to him? Those fellows asked for it. They knew that these two were troublemakers, yet they still dared to provoke them. Even if this did not happen now, when these two fellows became stronger, they might just teach them a lesson. Inside Hope City, the people on the street looked at Qin Fengqing and Fong Ping, pointing and whispering. Obviously, everyone knew what happened before. Fong Ping acted as if there was no one around. Sometimes, when the voices were too loud, Fong Ping would yell, "What are you shouting for? I'm seriously injured now. I've been hurt by your voices. You can't afford the medical fees." As soon as he said that, everyone fell silent. This time, Qin Fengqing was really impressed. He whispered, "I'll learn from you next time." Mother asterisk cur. There were a few times when I was injured and didn't have the money to buy pills. Next time, when I'm more experienced, I'll find a few rich people to try my luck with. Fong Ping said in a low voice, "If I succeed, give me half in your dreams." Fong Ping did not mind. He glanced at Qin Fengqing's huge bag with evil intentions and said with a grin, "According to our previous agreement, your saber and all the loot are mine now. Qin Fengqing, it's time to pay up." Qin Fengqing played dumb. "What?" As he said that, he remembered something and said immediately, "Previously in the Jiao's forest, the herbs you took weren't eaten by the Jiao. You stuffed them into your bag. Return them to me. Also, I won't take advantage of you with the energy stones. We'll split them evenly. Why should I pay for them alone?" Fong Ping retorted, "All your things are mine. You still have the nerve to talk to me about this? I'm fine without you. Then go to the Jiao's forest now. I'll see if you die." "I'm not going." "That means I saved your worthless life." The two of them quarreled. Wherever they went, the place would be emptied. These two big shots were the tyrants of Hope City now. They would talk when they were far away. Whether they were scamming or not, these two fellows were not weak. Both of them who had entered rank for were prodigies of the current generation. A typical rank 5 powerhouse might not be able to suppress them. As for rank 6 was also a watershed. Which rank 6 would dare to cause trouble for them? Did they really think that MCMU people were dead? None of those who wanted to beat them up when they left the city were rank 6. If you were a rank 6 and they were rank 4, if you beat them up, Lu Fengru would beat you up so badly that your parents would not recognize you. He watched as the two street tigers walked past. On one side of the street, a young martial artist who had just entered the catacombs said softly with a face full of envy, "That's how martial artists should be." As soon as he finished speaking, a slightly older youth slapped him on the head. "What are you thinking? You're a middle stage rank 3 martial artist. If you followed their example, you'd be long dead. These two fellows are arrogant because they're strong." The youth reprimanded him. "If you treat these two as role models, I'll collect your corpse sooner or later." These two fellows dared to provoke rank 5 and 6 martial artists when they were in the 3 lower ranks. When they were in the 3 middle ranks, they even dared to provoke high ranks. If it were someone else, they would have become mincemeat long ago. Chapter 308, Hope City, MCMU Logistics Department. Ever since the university had obtained the right to expand, MCMU's people in Hope City could trade their harvests directly to the university. It was no longer the same as before, where most of the harvests were handed over to the military department to handle. The military department would then hand over the harvests to the pill and weapon companies, and then finally to the university. The logistics department was also a hall that was reconstructed from a large warehouse with simple decorations. It was Fong Ping's first time here. He said as soon as he entered, "Instructor, don't be too stingy. MCMU isn't a small school. It's necessary to have some energy lamps in the main hall. In addition, we still need to decorate the facade. Later, I will ask the people of the martial arts club to bring some things in to decorate. The tables, chairs, and benches are all ready. Otherwise, it would give people the feeling that it's a shabby place. Just as he finished speaking, a chuckle came from the hall. Fong Ping, I haven't seen you for a few days, but you're becoming more and more like the president of the Martial Arts Society. Fong Ping raised his head and took a look. Then he said happily, Teacher Bai, why are you here? Bai Ruoshi was sitting behind the counter. She smiled and said, My injuries have improved a lot. The logistics department has opened a branch, and everyone is busy, so I came over. Previously, Bai Ruoshi was severely injured and had to recuperate for a long time. Even now, his internal injuries had yet to heal. From this, it could be seen how serious his injuries were. The logistics department needed people. Low-ranked martial artists were not enough, and the school did not even have enough middle-ranked martial artists. Bai Ruoshi, who had not fully recovered from her injuries, took over this responsibility. On the same day, Bai Ruoshi returned from abroad with her lower left arm broken. At this moment, Fong Ping subconsciously glanced at it. Then he frowned slightly. Instructor, is there no way to reattach my left arm? Beijiang Martial Arts University's Sun Mingya's left hand had been chopped off by Hansu before, but it was reattached later on. Bai Ruoshi gently shook her head and said, It was too chaotic that day. I couldn't find him. At that time, fighting in the catacombs was too dangerous. There were a lot of casualties, and no one had the time to look for their severed left arm. This was different from Sun Mingyu. Fong Ping sighed softly. Then he smiled and said, It's okay. Doesn't rank 8 reconstruct the golden body? Teacher, can it grow back? Bai Ruoshi smiled. Maybe rank 8 golden body powerhouses could reconstruct their bodies. But then again, how many people could cultivate to rank 8? Moreover, a rank 8 golden body was not something that could grow arms out of thin air. When the time came, it would also require a lot of resources. Of course, if he had really achieved rank 8, he could still bear this thought. Bai Ruoshi did not continue this topic. She smiled and said, The two of you have gained quite a lot this time. Remember to treat us when you earn some money. Qin Fengqing immediately said, Definitely. Fong Ping chuckled and said, On the surface, I'll treat you when I return to the surface. The food here isn't good. Bai Ruoshi's smile grew wider. This guy was still the same as before. He was clear-headed when it came to money. As they were chatting, the fat old man came in. Glancing at their bags, the fat old man raised his eyebrows. The energy is not weak. Tell me what happened. How did you provoke a high-ranked powerhouse and Jiao? Fong Ping smiled. There's no rush. Teacher Zhang, let's talk about it later. Let's exchange the items first. The fat old man nodded and did not ask any more questions. Actually, he was also quite interested in what these two kids had gained this time. It was not just him. When others went out, their military backpacks were not full. Fong Ping and Bai Ruoshi came back carrying a few hundred caddies' heavy backpack. Many people were interested. At this moment, some powerhouses also came in one after another to watch the show. Fong Ping was a little cautious. One should not show one's wealth. What were these people doing in here? Seeing him like this, Su Mafu, who had just entered the door, laughed and said, Exchange for yours. Did they really think that they had nothing better to do? The big bag that Qin Fengqing was carrying seemed to be a catacombs book. That was why he came to have a look. Moreover, who would dare to have designs on these two people? Weaklings would be courting death. Powerhouses would not care about these things. Qin Fengqing, on the other hand, did not care much about these things. He immediately began to take out his harvest. First, it was medicinal herbs, then some energy stones, and then some miscellaneous things, such as a smashed and flattened energy lampshade. Blue ocean fruit, sky, blue flower, orchid leaf. Bai Ruoxi counted them one by one. Slightly surprised, she asked, "Where did you two go?" There were medicinal herbs in the catacombs, but they would not be distributed together. Moreover, the things in the periphery of the catacombs had been cleared by humans. Where could they find so many medicinal herbs? Qin Fengqing said lightly, "It's nothing. A high-ranked martial artist's herb garden." The expressions of the people around them changed slightly. They really raided a high-ranked martial artist's lair? Bai Ruoxi did not ask any more questions. After calculating for a moment, she said, "There are 37 medicinal herbs, but some of them are not mature enough. Moreover, you stuffed some of them in carelessly. Some of their roots and leaves are also damaged. Teacher, you're not thinking of deducting my credits, are you?" Qin Fengqing was also very sensitive about this. "I'm already so poor, and you still want to deduct from me?" Bai Ruoxi did not know whether to laugh or cry. After calculating for a moment, she said, "Medicinal herbs, 5,000 credits. So much? No, so little." Qin Fengqing was surprised at first. Then he shouted, "On average, 200 credits per herb. That's more than 7,000 credits. Some of them are not mature enough. They can only be used to create 3 lower-rank 3 pills." Bai Ruoxi explained, "Also, you didn't preserve them properly. The energy is flowing. There's no way to preserve them at that time. I can't bring a few hundred specialized medicinal herb boxes there, can I?" Qin Fengqing mumbled, and did not say anything else. Bai Ruoxi continued to count lightly. After a while, she said, "The energy stones did not increase in price. Yours. 800 credits." This time, Qin Fengqing did not object. He only looked at Fang Ping with some annoyance. This guy had taken a lot of his energy stones when he was feeding the Jiao. Weapons. Most of them are of E and D quality. 200 credits. Other miscellaneous items, 500 credits. A total of 6,500 credits. Qin Fengqing was happy and sad at the same time. He was happy because he had never gained so much before. Even when he was with Wang Jinyang last time, he spent a lot of time and only managed to earn about 3,000 credits. He was sad because this guy, Fang Ping, must have gained more than him. However, when he thought of the hundreds of books in his bag, Qin Fengqing was not in a hurry. These things were worth a lot of money. However, he was not in a hurry to take them out. He wanted to see how much Fang Ping had gained. Bai Ruoxi asked, "You still have a lot of things in your bag. Aren't you going to exchange them?" "I'll exchange them later." Qin Fengqing looked at Fang Ping and said, "Take yours out and let me see how much it's worth." Fang Ping did not hesitate. Very quickly, he took out a large number of medicinal herbs from his gunny sack, as well as many weapons and accessories. He also took out a lot of energy stones from his military backpack. He had more than Qin Fengqing. At this moment, some of the rank 5 and 6 powerhouses present were a little jealous. These 2 kids had really earned too much this time. 52 medicinal herbs. Fang Ping said straightforwardly, "I've kept them better than Qin Fengqing. At least 10,000 credits." Bai Ruoxi smiled bitterly again and said helplessly, 8,000 credits. That's the most. Fang Ping, this isn't my own business. This was MCM Hugh's recovery point. She had no right to raise the price. The fat old man coughed and said, "Fang Ping, don't make things difficult for Instructor Bai." Fang Ping was helpless. He accepted his fate and said, "Then it's 8,000 credits. Energy stones, 2,000 credits. Okay. Weapons, metals, miscellaneous items. That's 3,000 credits. A total of 13,000 credits." Before Fang Ping could speak, Qin Fengqing's eyes turned green. He did the same work as Fang Ping and ran the same route, but he only got half of what Fang Ping got. How could he reason with this? Fang Ping, on the other hand, was not done. He took out some energy hearts. Qin Fengqing's expression changed again. Mother asterisk cur. He had forgotten about this. The other's expressions changed slightly too. The fat old man looked for a while and said in a low voice, "You guys killed rank 5 martial artists? This thing could not be faked." Fong Ping nodded and did not say much. Money was the most important thing now. Instructor for rank 4 and 1 rank 5. How many credits? Bairuashi looked for a while. Early stage and middle stage rank for energy is mixed. The price is not high. Upper stage and above, 500 credits for upper stage, 600 credits for peak. Early stage rank 5, 800 credits for early stage, 1,000 credits for middle stage. Here you have 2 early stage rank 4, 2 upper stage and early stage rank 5. That's 2,000 credits. 1 early stage rank for costs 100 credits. Fong Ping glanced at Qin Fengqing. Did this guy not say 300 credits last time? The ones they killed last time were all middle stage rank 5 martial artists. Bairuashi looked at him and Qin Fengqing, explaining again. Qin Fengqing sold them to the black market before. The black market was cleaned up later. It was opened by the evil sect. It's very difficult for evil sect martial artists to buy these things. We're different. Qin Fengqing said sheepishly, "I didn't know it was opened by evil sect martial artists. Also, I've cheated the evil sect." Instructor, it's not fun to bring this up. Fong Ping felt a little regretful. If he had known, forget it. Why would he do business with the evil sect? If he had known it was the evil sect stronghold, he would have robbed it directly. Total 15,000 credits. Fong Ping heard this number and was overjoyed, but he was not satisfied. He said, "We robbed the catacombs' high-ranked lair, and it's only 20,000 credits in total. If we convert it to money, it's only about 600 million. That's too poor." This was because the difficulty of obtaining credits had been reduced. Otherwise, it would be less. No one said anything. 2 rank for martial artists spent a day and earned so much. Could grandmasters do that? If they could, grandmasters would have become rich long ago, who would still open a company outside and slowly earn money. The others did not say anything, but Qin Fengqing gritted his teeth and said, "Give me 5,000 credits. Get lost. You have 15,000 credits. I have 6,500. I was the one who brought you there. Fong Ping, you can't be so heartless. I saved your life from the Jiao. You said that all the good stuff will belong to me. Give it to me first. Fong Ping, don't go overboard. Stop talking nonsense. Do you think you can earn that much if you go alone? Don't you have any idea?" "Enough!" The fat old man scolded, interrupting their quarrel. "Be more shameless." There were many powerhouses who were not from MCMAU. Qin Fengqing looked gloomy. He felt that he had suffered a great loss. Fong Ping, on the other hand, had an idea. After some thought, he said to Bairuashi, "Qin Fengqing owes me 50 million. Just give him 5,000 credits. Give me 16,500 credits. I'll fight you to the death." Qin Fengqing did not want to live anymore. He picked up his Chongdao and was about to fight Fong Ping to the death. This was too much. More than 20,000 credits. He only had a few thousand. Fong Ping actually wanted to collect from him. Did he have any humanity? Fong Ping did not care. He looked at his big bag and raised his eyebrows. "How about I take what's inside? You know it yourself. I gave it to you on purpose. I brought it back. That's what I gave to you. I carried it for a few 100 miles. You want to give it to me? No way. Then give me 1,500 credits. I won't give it to you." Everyone was having a headache from the quarrel. Su Mafu could not help but interrupt. "Guys, are the catacombs books in the bag?" "Yes, more than 100. Everyone's eyes lit up. It was true, and there were so many of them. Su Mafu said hurriedly, "Take them out, and let us see." Fong Ping took out 5 or 6 books from his bag. That was all he had taken at the time. Qin Fengqing had a lot. After a quick count, There were more than 80 books. Seeing so many animal skin books, everyone's faces lit up. Energy stones and medicinal herbs were precious to individuals. However, to humans, these books were more important. Sumofu did not say much. He flipped through the books and said immediately, "Guys, the government is in urgent need of these things. Once they've been deciphered, it's better to give them back to everyone so that everyone can understand the catacombs better. 10,000 credits. No bargaining." Qin Fengqing directly asked for an exorbitant price. He could not let Fang Ping gain less than him. Su Mafu looked slightly troubled. Qin Fengqing, the government is also tight on funds now. Qin Fengqing said disapprovingly, "We risked the death of a high-ranked powerhouse's lair to get these. We were also hunted down by a high-ranked powerhouse. It's not too much to ask for this, is it?" Fang Ping also chimed in, "Yes, we were almost killed. General Su, give us more. We'll be more motivated next time. When we get back, we'll destroy Sky Gate City's lair." Su Mafu felt a little tired. The fat old man pondered for a moment, then said, "Fang Ping, Qin Fengqing, these are your own gains. Logically speaking, when you talk to the government and the military department, the school should not interfere. However, the old man still has to say a few more words about this. The research of these materials is not for personal gain. In the past few years, the government's expenditure has been too huge, including MCMU's source of funding, most of which comes from government grants. Now that you have the strength," Fang Ping and Qin Fengqing looked at each other, slightly helpless. They knew that dealing with the government would not give them much of an advantage. However, they were all students trained by MCMU. In fact, they were also trained by the government. The books themselves were not cultivation resources. They had no use for these things even if they kept them for themselves. Fang Ping thought for a moment and said, "Then 5,000 credits. However, when it's deciphered, we want to be the first to know. The research department needs to provide us with a copy of the deciphered information." Su Mafu pondered for a moment, then nodded and said, "All right, then the price." No room for discussion. Fang Ping shook his head directly. "Consider it a friendship price." "All right, then we'll go back and deal with MCMU." Fang Ping nodded. He looked at Qin Fengqing and asked, "How you think we should split it?" Qin Fengqing's face darkened. "I have more than 80 books. How many books do you have?" "I'll give you 500 credits. I'm not letting you down." 1,000 credits. "Forget it if you don't want it." "Then 500 credits it is." Fang Ping was easy to talk to now. Soon, both of them finished splitting. Fang Ping received a total of 15,500 credits, while Qin Fengqing received 11,000 credits. Both of them were quite happy. Qin Fengqing did not feel so bad now. Although it was still less than Fang Ping's, the difference was not that big. In just one day, the two of them had earned almost 800 million. Most grandmasters could not achieve this kind of harvest unless they went mining. The key was that they had to come back alive. Fang Ping did not care about others. At this moment, Fang Ping was most concerned about the growth of his wealth. Wealth, 384 million vitality. 1,080 calories, 2,000 calories mentality, 525 hertz, 699 hertz, bones honed, 177 bones, 100%, 29 bones, 30% plus, close to 400 million. Fang Ping was wild with joy. This was because he had credits in hand. If he could sell them, however, credits were not easy to sell now. Since the school lowered the difficulty of obtaining them, the cash transactions of credits had decreased a lot. This was also the school's goal. They hoped that the students could be self-sufficient and not rely on their families. No matter what, the value of credits is here. After dealing with the credits in hand, maybe my wealth can reach 500 million. At this moment, Fang Ping felt that he was really rich. This trip to the catacombs with Qin Fengqing was really worth it. As for the high ranks pursuit and encountering the Jiao, these were all minor details. It was fine as long as he did not die. Which martial artist did not have a few enemies? Oh, right, those people have to compensate me 30 million. Fong Ping thought of the money he had made by scamming, and his face lit up again. His wealth was going to break 400 million soon. Earning money was really easy. On the other side, Qin Fengqing's eyes were also flickering. The money he had earned from working with Fong Ping this time was more than what he had earned in the past few years. Would he work with this guy again next time? The key was that he always felt like he was at a disadvantage when working with this guy. The key was that he was fast enough. He had gone into the catacombs a few times with Wang Jinyang and spent a few months, but he did not earn much. We'll talk about it later. I've earned so much this time. It's enough for me to cultivate to rank 5 or 6. Should I exchange it for an A-class Changdao? No. An A-class one is too expensive. Then I'll buy a leather armor like Fong Ping's. His is only rank 5. I'll buy a rank 6, buy a few baskets of pills and eat them as snacks. Qin Fengqing fell into a fantasy. He imagined himself wielding an A-class Changdao, wearing a rank 6 leather armor and carrying a basket full of pills in his hands. There had never been a moment when he felt like he had too much money to spend. You're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.